You're gonna be kidding me. Alright, cut the rest of those part out for the loading screen. Yeah. Oh wait.
Gundafar, we are in the middle of a war. Your place is at the front lines by my son's side. Pray tell, what provokes your unwarranted return to the palace?
A matter of utmost importance, Your Majesty, such that I must personally report it to you.
Huh. Outdoor theater. Looks fun.
Actually, yeah, sure. I actually don't enjoy those, but sure. Where were we just now? Traveler expense. Do you wanna stop and see? Oh, branching path. Yeah, where are we?
Ah, yes. Here's what I was thinking about the unused funds. Given that the acting Grand Master saw fit to allocate these funds to my trip in the first place, I think it's my responsibility to make sure that every last mora is put to good use. In other words, what do you say we find a way to spend the remaining budget?
Good use. How about saving it rather than buying a wine?
Perhaps a fancy meal at a nice restaurant? Or a river cruise that takes in the sights of Sumeru City? Or we could buy a few nice mementos to take home.
Memento sounds nice, but I can't believe you are talking so openly about leaving it up at the public's expense. And then you do this.
Hey, no need to put it like that. Let's keep walking. We can consider it some more on the road.
Yeah, right, let's keep walking. Let's keep walking.
The rules of the Knights of Favonia state that any and all expenditures during a business trip are counted as travel expenses. That's more than enough justification to live a little.
Really?
Traveling alone is so boring. I wish I had a
Alright,
buddy
it's always
to
the same.
liven things up.
Let's leave that.
Of course, with me being here on my own, it was looking like a wasted opportunity.
Really?
But now that I've run into you, why don't we make this a joint trip?
Eh? So I'm going to take the fall for your misspending. Is it misspending?
You're always so busy. It's high time you gave yourself a proper break.
Yeah, what they say.
Even the sharpest blade loses its edge if it's always in use. Regular maintenance is essential for reliable performance.
So how should I maintain myself? Can somebody answer that?
And anyway, life is short, so we should make the most of the time we have. Right now is the perfect time to relax and enjoy ourselves. And who knows how many other chances we'll get. So come on, what do you say?
No. Yeah, sure. Actually, I don't mind. Whenever someone asks me, let's relax, do stuff, I actually don't mind. So let's go. I know I play FPS game and I got more stressed. We can spend public money. Let me take you somewhere new. Ooh, wait. Are there just two branching paths right off the bat? We gotta spend public money for our amusement. Let me take you somewhere.
Great. Music to my ears. I'll cover the travel costs, of course.
Does that mean I'm paying the...
There's nothing more enjoyable than the company of a good friend. Let's call this a nice little excursion to round off my long business trip. Now, let me think where we should go.
This is public money, not my money. It's fine.
I've seen a lot of Sumeru already, so let's go for someplace new. How about Liyue? I'd be heading past there on my way back to Mondstadt anyway, so it's not out of the way.
Wait. We're actually traveling, so next time we're gonna go Inazuma? I know Liu inside, out, left, right. Yeah, bottom to top. No problem.
Well, lucky me. I'll hold you to that.
Sadly, if you out of Sumeru, I cannot read your heart.
Liyue's Ministry of Civil Affairs frequently corresponds with the Knights of Favonius, so the address on their letterhead is one of the few places I'm familiar with.
I actually really hope you can use Nahida's power everywhere, but you can only use it on freaking Sumeru. Gosh darn it.
I don't have much luggage, so it won't take me long to pack. Give me a moment, and then we'll head there together.
Okay.
I've heard that there's lots to see and do in Liyue, but I'm sure you're more familiar with the place than I am, so I'll leave the itinerary to you.
I pal friend all over Leah and can score discount galore. Even the leadership also my friend. I know all the best scenic spot cannot go wrong when you're with me. Discount galore. If friends, I actually don't expect discount. Since again they run business better with no discount, if it's me anyway. But yeah, let's just go to scenic spots.
Great. Maybe you can tell me about your previous travels here along the way. It's such a satisfying feeling to just drop everything, go on a long trip, and see something new. Who knows who we might cross paths with? We might even end up going on an impromptu adventure. Just like how I met you in Port Ormos, and now we're here. Come on, let's see what's up ahead.
Yeah, we're going to run, and then yeah, we're going to travel, adventure, and you came across Klee somehow. What is Kaeya?
Do you know this shop?
Bruh.
It looks pretty nice from the outside. Shall we take a look?
Sure. You are not my friend, I think, are you?
Welcome to Mingxing Jewelry. We are a long-established trader of precious stones. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
I'm looking for a stone.
Let me see. Ah, some nice jewelry you've got here. Maybe I can grab something with a local flavor as a souvenir. What do you think, traveler? See anything that suits my style? I trust your judgment.
Anything that suits him, probably a notion color stone with what is it called, like diamond symbol on it, or the shine paimon symbol. Does that make sense? I don't know. Actually, let's check if they sell anything of their shelf. Buying souvenir on the first day on your trip. Good from Mingxing Jewelry. Don't come cheap. Already buying souvenir for first day.
Ah, you're interested in souvenirs. If you're struggling to decide, you might want to consider getting some jade. You can't go wrong with a nice jade pendant. They're an elegant addition to your look, whatever your age or gender.
Question: money price wise?
If you're looking for a specific design, we can make it to your specifications. It does take some time to fulfill an order, however. High-quality jade is hard to come by, so our waiting list is at least a couple of weeks.
The unspoken thing is also, yeah, the price is more expensive then, I'm guessing.
Oh, that's a pity. I'm just visiting and I won't be in town for very long. So as much as it pains me to do so, I'm afraid I'll have to leave this beautiful bijou behind.
Bijou? Wait, what does that mean? I don't know. Anyway, another thing is, just to put it out there, yeah, I can pick it up for you, you know what I mean?
No worries at all, sir. If you're looking for something off the shelf, why not go and see Mr. Shurto at the Jade Mystery? He also deals in jade and precious stones.
Ah, the guy with the uncut stones. That one. Wait, you the jade beating guy?
Exactly. But on that note, let me give you a word of advice.
Shining one?
There's no risk in purchasing a piece of jade that's already been cut.
Oh, never mind.
But you could lose all of your mora betting on uncut rocks.
Yeah, you can.
I won't say any more, as I don't want my fellow vendors to think I'm bad-mouthing them. But I think you catch my drift.
I'm pretty sure that's Gamba anyway.
It's only human nature to spend a little when you're on a trip. But don't be too hasty to part with your cash. The Ministry of Civil Affairs takes everyone's economic well-being very seriously, and they often send out the Millilith to spread public awareness of well-known scams. As guests here, I'd encourage you to watch out for anyone trying to rip you off.
I think that's sound advice wherever you go into that. We appreciate it, boss.
And that is advice whenever you're traveling, because for some reason, yeah, people do that. It's quite painful. Well, that never happened to me since, I'm smart.
This might hurt a little.
Also, I did not spend my money. So, yeah, that happened a lot. Literally, so be careful when you're traveling and spending your money. Make sure you know the price and stuff first. Or just hope you got friend on that country, so it will go smoother. But yeah, some people like, oh, you're outsider, let me give you a discount, cheaper money. But instead, they make it more expensive. But you didn't know, because, you know.
Welcome! Looking for uncut stones or pre-cut jade? We've got plenty of both for your viewing pleasure.
I'm searching for a cut Shito.
Uncut stones. Ah, yes, we were just briefed on that. Let's take a look at the pre-cut jade.
We mustn't rush into a purchase. We should be careful, Kaeya.
I believe I detect a quiet but distinct tone of apprehension in your words. Please rest assured, there's nothing to be quite so wary about with my business.
1 point something. Yeah, we also have tried the jade cutting stuff. Yeah, we asked the jade mystery to cut some jade for us to see which one is better.
Feel free to peruse at your leisure. I think you'll find that everything I do here is entirely above board and legitimate, and I sell only pure and unadulterated goods. No scam guaranteed.
Yeah, that's what they say when they start scamming people. And also another thing is, well, yeah, it's uncut and stuff, it's just the quality is lower. That's what's bad about this.
Sure, you can bet on Jade and lose if you're unlucky, but that doesn't make it a scam. My terms are clear and transparent, and I only do business with willing customers. What scammer can claim that?
You?
Sounds perfectly reasonable. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much the vendor is charging. If the customer decides to hand over their money, they're taking the bait of their own free will.
Oh, also, yeah, both of them are talking in that thing. Kaeya's good at this, so maybe Kaeya can hassle some stuff here.
Yes, exactly. I'm glad you understand.
Work.
Although your peculiar phrasing at the end there, you almost make it sound as if I really am scamming people.
Kaeya.
Anyway, betting on Jade is what it is. Feel free to try your luck, but if you can't afford to lose, then it's not for you. We don't need to cause each other any trouble. I'll leave you to browse at your own pace now while I deal with other potential customers.
Amber-colored jade would probably make for a good souvenir.
Wait, are you actually really thinking about buying it?
Why not? This is a quirky little place. Somehow, I'm inclined to entertain him for a bit.
I have a better quality piece than this, but these Corlapis pieces are Amora 1000. I don't understand what that means, but yeah.
Well, if you're not interested, then I guess we'll pass.
Well. I waste people's money.
Ahoy there, Captain! Fancy seeing you back in town. Struck any gold lately?
So forced.
What, a poor sailor like me? You must be joking. I barely managed to make ends meet. What about you, Chateau? Still scamming people with your pile of rocks?
Ooh.
Hey! Keep your voice down. Can't you see I've got customers? But more to the point, when have you ever seen a customer get scammed in my store?
you can hear in the end of the word there. Have you seen I got scammed? How dare you say that to me? But inside, I'm pretty sure of the job, she thought I've been talking to a friend like, haha, this person got scammed and stuff like that. I feel like that's the case. Who knows?
I mean, you want the full list? Or... Hold up. Is that? Captain Kaeya! What, brings you to Liyue?
Oh wait, they know each other?
Oh,
Wait,
just
who?
taking a short trip with my friend. It's been a while.
Who?
Yes, it's been a good while, hasn't it?
Yes, of course. Explanation? This is awkward.
Anywhere you'd recommend I visit while I'm here?
Let me think. Wanmin Restaurant's always a pretty good bet. Chef Mao's daughter is a skilled chef, and their prices are very reasonable. My wife can't get enough of their boiled fish. You could give that a try.
Yes, Xiangling. You only know is Chef Mao's daughter, right? I know her as Xiangling.
And, speaking of my wife, she won't let me forget what a great help you've been to us before. So thank you, on her behalf.
Oh, that's good. Wait, what did he do?
Your wife? Yes. How is she doing these days? Keeping well?
Now I want to know, what did he do? How did you guys meet? But nobody's explaining, we're just sitting here, hearing they talk.
Very well, thank you. Very well. Anyway, I've got something I need to do down at the South Wharf, so my apologies, Captain Kaeya, but I'd better get going.
Alrighty.
Alright, see you.
So, care to explain? No? Okay. That's fun.
I finally remembered who that was.
Wait.
Captain Wu. He runs a transport business between Mondstadt and Liyue.
Wait. This whole time, Kaeya was talking to Wu, and Kaeya have no idea on who that was. I guess that's why it's Captain Wu. This whole time you... yes, your wife. In Kaeya's mind, like, who the heck is your wife? I don't even know her.
I see. So you went through that whole conversation with no idea who you were talking to. Well, that explains the generic pleasantries and the general awkwardness.
I love how How he just explained. Bro, yeah, just remember pretending. Or just pretending to remember. Did I just say that backward?
Old Wu's usually quite the chatterbox, so it's very unusual for him to just take off mid-conversation. How exactly do you two know each other anyway?
Yeah, that's my question. Maybe he owes Kaeya money. No, probably a favor.
An educated guess. Yes, you could put it like that.
Kaeya will never make people owe money, but a favor.
It's pretty straightforward, honestly. The captain was making a delivery to Mondstadt when his ship sprang a leak. He overexerted himself fixing it and keeping the cargo dry, and ended up passing out from exhaustion. I took him to Mondstadt to recover.
Oh, I see. the part the part that Kaeya is talking like, it's you, I see. The person is behind. But it still caught me off guard. Like, who was that? I immediately noticed what's going on. That's hilarious.
Well, it still seems strange to me. Sure, he's hardly the most charming conversationalist, and he's also mighty stubborn, but all of us know Old Wu is an honest and kind-hearted man.
I see, I couldn't tell.
His eldest was once playing on that big rock over there, when he took a tumble and injured himself. I helped to patch the kid up, and the next day, Old Wu was here to buy a couple of uncut stones.
Does that mean Wu also one that got scammed?
I'm just surprised he was so quick to excuse himself, that's all. Normally, he's the kind of guy who, if you run into him on the street and he owes you a favor, he'll grab you by the hand and thank you profusely until you ask him to stop.
Oh, maybe Kaeya did something, not just help him?
Well, stubborn, I can believe. Someone had drilled a gaping hole in his ship, and the water was coming in fast. How he managed to make it all the way to Mondstadt, not to mention with his cargo intact, I have no idea.
The power of Fenty, maybe?
Someone drilled a hole in his ship? Oh dear. It must have been one of the less savory captains out there trying to sabotage his business, so they can squeeze their way into the market. When competition is stiff, sometimes things get ugly. It's the way of the world, unfortunately.
Yeah, I actually really hate that that's the case, bro. It's just like, how about do it fair and square? Why do you have to sabotage? You know karma is gonna hit, right? It's like, bro.
His line of work isn't easy. The poor fellow usually has to set sail before the break of dawn. He's been loitering around a lot these past few weeks, though. I thought maybe he'd come into some Mora. Competition is fierce these days, and there's not a lot of Mora to be made in shipping. So every day he stays idle is another negative in the books. I do wonder what's gotten into him. Anyway, I digress. We merchants protect our goods like our own lives, so who knows? Maybe he had some important cargo to see to. Either way, good sir, don't mind him.
Kaeya is a good knight. Kaeya is a kind soul with sometimes a little bit, suspicious word, but he is a kind soul. A good knight.
I am an upstanding member of the Knights of Favonius, after all. Just look me in the eyes. Don't you find me trustworthy?
If people know Kanria, the answer is probably maybe no. I don't know. Another thing is, can we actually lose heart?
Since you asked about recommendations earlier, you're here from Mondstadt, yes? Might I suggest the tea house is somewhere to rest your legs?
Is this gonna be branching path whether fish is Shangling or the tea house? Tea house is Yelan East, right?
If memory serves, they're just about to retell the tale of Bravebeard the Valiant from the top. Why not pay them a visit?
Oh, maybe not this one. Actually, I don't know. Which one is Yelan is tea house?
Huh. Sounds interesting enough. Let's check it out.
But wait, how about the Captain Wolf just the Shangling? Oh, man, you... Like your name, you are... I cannot say it. You're lucky I'm family friendly. Anyway, but I can say it on stream, right? Not on recording.
Huh. So this is the Huyu Tea House.
We found the captain again. Oh, this is gonna be the explanation why he actually, just go quick, do something else. Let's find some seats.
We meet again, Captain Kaeya.
Yeah, every time I talk to Captain Wu, for some reason, he is stumbling. Like, what's going on?
What a coincidence.
Starring.
Twice in one day.
It seems like something's going on. Didn't you say you had something to do at South Wharf? This is the west. I mean north. How are you? How are you already chilling at the tea house?
Oh, that didn't take me long, and I ran the whole way.
You does not look tired.
Woo, weren't you just at Wanwen Bookhouse buying a book for your daughter?
Ah,
What's this talk about the wharf?
ah, auntie just dish you out.
Shh, just leave it be, Aunt Jong. There's no need to embarrass him right in front of everyone else.
Are you guys? Are you guys good friend or bad friend? Which one?
I take it that you two aren't from around these parts.
Yes.
I'm a caravan guard by trade,
Oh.
and meeting people from all over the world is one of the main perks of the job for me. Why don't you join my table so we can get to know each other?
Sure, if you know me, you will be like, oh my god, this is the girl.
Oh, seems like the tea house is the place to be in Liyue. Feels like I'm back in the angel share. Did you manage to get something for your daughter just now, Captain Wu?
Uh-oh, you got caught lying.
Yes, thank you. If it weren't for you, Captain Kaeya, she might not have even made it into this world.
I'm so lost, Woo. What's the story here?
Your wife's originally from Mondstadt, isn't she? Did you run into Captain Kaeya when you were there on business, or when you were visiting the in-laws?
The latter.
So wait, you two have met more than once? So wait, Kaeya saved you more than once?
Oh, this is so humiliating. Anyway, back when my wife was pregnant, we were taking a trip to Mondstadt to visit her parents this one time, when we were mugged by a group of treasure hoarders near Dawn Winery.
Oh, wait, how did Dawn Winery... Wait, what? Oh no, Angel Share is the one that's inside Monster. Never mind, Dawn Winery is the one that farther. I see.
Oh, that sounds awful. Were either of you hurt?
I'm guessing Kaeya was talking to D-Look at that time and they witnessed what happened and Kaeya said, I'm gonna take care of that.
I mean, he's still here, and he's still got all his limbs, so they can't have roughed him up too bad. I'm guessing Captain Kaeya stepped in before they could do either of you any serious harm, huh?
Maybe the inside limb that you cannot see that got cut off, who know, Guangji.
Yes, he did. Thankfully, he heard my wife crying for help and drove them away.
I'm surprised it's not D-Look, but who knows what happened there.
My wife was injured and quite shaken up by the ordeal. So he took her to the winery and asked them to look after her.
So what happened to you? Where did you disappear to?
I was in the water.
What does that mean?
Huh? What did you jump in the water for? You know they can still get you in there, right?
I didn't jump, I got thrown there.
No, that's not... They threw me into the water.
Oh, I'm right.
And, stripped me of all my clothes.
Wait. No wonder you don't want to tell the story. I see.
They did what? Did they have a weird fetish or something? Stripping a sailor naked and throwing him into the water. It's not like you were going to drown. So, then what? I take it you swam to shore?
I love how there's no sympathy at all. In this conversation, the auntie don't have any sympathy at all. Bruh.
The treasure hoarders always move in groups, and fighting back when you're outnumbered isn't usually an option. It's no surprise that they quickly overpowered Captain Wu. I'm just glad that everyone made it out all right at the end.
So Kaeya overpowered them. One versus like what? 3 to 5 maybe?
Captain Kaeya, please, there's no need for you to try to save face for me like this. I already owe you so much. You don't have to do anything more. Yet, despite that, I somehow only ended up humiliating myself further. Oh, there's no point in me trying to save face now.
It's not that if people save you, most of the time because somebody still expect it, but no one expects something out of you, most of the time. So it's like, it's alright, just act normal. If you want to pay them back, feel free to, but you don't have to, don't feel forced to, you know what I mean? So yeah, calm down, like relax.
They tossed me into the water to humiliate me, and to use it as leverage to get my wife to pay up. But they didn't know that I could swim.
Yeah, And then?
What I'd intended was to pretend to drown, then sneak back onto shore while they weren't looking, and find a way to rescue my wife.
Got it, you pretend to drown to make your wife and daughter get scared more.
That was before Captain Kaeya appeared out of nowhere and saved the day. So then I figured I'd get out of the water, get dressed, and catch up with you.
Oh, got it. So when Kaeya saved your wife, you run to your house, dress up, and come back.
But God knows what they did with my clothes. I couldn't find them anywhere. By the time I gave up looking for them, you were most of the way to the winery, so I had to run after you with nary a thing on myself.
Outrageous!
So, what happened next?
Instead of hearing the tea house's story, we are hearing Captain Wu.
I made it to the winery, but the maids noticed me first, and they called the Lord of the Manor out to give me the beating the treasure hoarders never got around to. After my wife recovered consciousness, she had to have a long talk with the young lord to explain everything. He then escorted us both safely to Stonegate.
Oh, I see. After Kaeya saved them, Kaeya make D-Look take care of everything else. I see.
Oh, Woo, I'm sorry, but...
I don't know, if you guys hear she laugh, will you guys not laugh? I don't know. Another thing is, I laugh not because Captain Wu, I'm laugh because Kaeya make D-Look do the stuff,
Ugh, good luck living that one down.
Now, bro, only he need to know that. You guys just shut your mouth.
Trust me, I know. My wife never lets me forget.
Oof.
I'm sorry, Captain. I wasn't intending to share that story.
It's fine. It's my own fault for thinking I could sweep it under the carpet and forget about it. I don't know if I can ever repay you for all you've done. That's why I get so embarrassed every time I run into you.
Oh, so that's why the starter, I see. Explain.
Still, it won't stop me from trying. You and your friend are here to catch the storyteller, right? The tea's on me. It's the least I can do.
Oh, right, if you didn't tell him to stop.
In fact, they do serve some food here, too, but it's not the best. Okay, let me run and get some fruit to share. I'll be right back.
Couldn't we just say so, right? Yeah, well, anyway. Oh, I can't use this at all. It's quite annoying. Let's see.
I wonder how much Fanaria caught of that. Old Wu really has no filter, does he?
What? What do you mean, filter? Also, who is Fanya? Don't tell me that's the storyteller. Oh no.
Oh, poor Wu. Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry. It's just...
You said poor Wu, but you... At this point, the poor is not for, feel sorry. It's for a financial problem at this point. What the heck? This auntie is... What? Oh my goodness. Why?
He really didn't have to share all the details of that story. But since he didn't seem to mind, I wasn't about to stop him.
Did you forget about what happened to him? Cause I have a feeling you don't know he is the one. Yeah, since again he he not run away. He just go back, dress up. There's no nothing where just show up in Kaeya's face. I'm guessing that's the case. Did you avoid bringing up the whole story on purpose? No. You probably forgot what happened. Cause you don't know that is him.
I did actually forget at first. But once he brought up his daughter, the memory of his naked escapades came flooding back.
Oh, never mind. I see. Ah.
D-Luke thought some pervert was harassing the maids. He charged straight out the door, great sword in hand and raring to go. I haven't seen him so angry in a long time.
I see. No wonder. Got you. Oh, that's the case.
So many people owe me favors nowadays. It's hard to keep track of them all. I really should go check my favors ledger once I'm back and refresh my memory.
You have a favor ledger? Well, that's probably a joke, but that's alarming.
Hey, you didn't think I was being serious, did you?
Nope.
Do I really strike you as the kind of person to keep track of favors in a notebook?
Kinda. If you remember, I think yeah. Mostly on the look, probably, but yeah.
I just helped the guy out on a couple of occasions because I happened to be in the right place at the right time. I have no intention of asking him to do anything for me in return. At least, not so far.
Okay.
I'm back with fruit. Please help yourselves, everyone. My treat.
Thank you.
Oh, don't mention it. It's just a few fruits, nothing extravagant.
I mean, some food you can only get here, Captain Wu. Which, there's also chili fruit, actually.
Once my new pharmaceutical business takes off and I have mora to spare, I'll get you a proper thank you gift and send it to the Knights of Favonius.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, just say no. It's alright.
Pharmaceutical business. So you found a new career? No more shipping?
Shipping's impossible work nowadays. There's too much competition and the margins are too small. So I've decided to switch gears. I'm going to become a partner of Boo Boo Pharmacy and provide funding for a brand new medication they're producing.
Oh, interesting. Since Baiju is the one that ran that as well, it should be fine.
It's specially formulated to treat seasonal joint and limb pain. If you didn't know, it's a very common health complaint among sailors, but also extremely difficult to treat.
Got it. Limb pain for that limb pee. What?
I've suffered from it myself, which is why I know that a lot of people stand to benefit from this once it enters the market. It's a good cause, and a stable source of income. Whichever way you look at it, it's a step up from the back-breaking work I did before. I've already had some talks and invested 1 million mora for the first round of funding.
Oh. Okay. I mean, since Baiju is the one running it, you should be fine. Baiju is the type that only looks suspicious, but he is super kind-hearted.
That's impressive, Wu. I wouldn't have thought you had the connections for something like that. So is it Dr. Baiju that you're in talks with?
Oh no, not Dr. Baiju. Actually, it was his master, Dr. Baifudze. His medical expertise and clinical experience are second to none, and he really cares about his patients.
Wait, no, Baiju don't have... Wait.
He gave me a few of his traditionally formulated bone-strengthening pills when he saw me suffering from my leg pains one day. It was like a miracle cure. The pain immediately went away.
Are we hearing someone getting scammed right now?
Dr. Baiju's master.
For guys that know, Dr. Baiju have lived for so long cause... Oh, it's a story spoiler. You're gonna understand what's happened on the Hangout story quest, but the point is, Baiju don't have master any... It's whether don't have master or don't have master anymore. I kind of forgot about that part.
Yeah, I told him I'd be enthusiastically recommending his medicine to the other guys at the docks. And after some hesitation, he just went right ahead and wrote up a prescription for me, completely for free.
Have you tried to show Baiju beforehand?
He said that he shouldn't really be handing out free prescriptions since, and I quote, "It goes against generations of tradition handed down by our forebears." But he just felt like it was the right thing to do. What a great guy.
I'm pretty sure Baiju have given free prescription here and there. Got it. Where's... I'm about to sneeze.
But I got chatting with Dr. Baiju recently when the Secure Transport Agency did a delivery for Boo Boo Pharmacy. He told me that his master has already passed away.
A long, long time ago. It's probably like 100 years ago or something like that.
Huh? Why would he say something like that? I mean, the guy's old, but he's still in great health.
Well...
Captain Wu, where did you meet this old master?
Just out on the street? I know that sounds dubious, but this is an educated and respectable gentleman we're talking about. There's no faking that.
Well, that part's probably no faking, but yeah, the Boo Boo Pharmacy part. This is why, instead of talking to somebody's master, you need to talk to somebody that run the pharmacy or something like that. Yeah, the pharmacy, the company, instead of like, you know, because this can happen. Well, we know what happened now. This is why, Captain Wu, yeah, you are too kind.
Hold on a second. I just remembered something. My nephew-in-law met a medicine seller not too long ago, too. He also described it as a miracle cure. He spent a lot of mora on it, but when he brought it to Boo Boo Pharmacy, Herbalist Gwei took one look and told him he bought nothing but regular painkillers.
Ah, oh, it's a pain. Yikes.
This Bai Fuzi you met.
By foot.
Did he by any chance have a goatee and salt and pepper hair?
By foot.
He did.
Well,
If I may, Captain Wu, there's a lot of mora involved here. It seems like it would be worth asking this Dr. Baiju about his master, just to set the record straight. You could show him the medicine as well. Clearly there's some misunderstanding here.
obviously, again, Baiju don't have any master anymore. And another thing is, yeah, Baiju couldn't do anything. It's probably something like painkiller stuff.
You're right, Captain Kaeya. A quick trip to Boo Boo Pharmacy, and I can get Dr. Baiju to clear all of this up. I'm sure it's all... I mean, hopefully it's all fine.
Well, probably the Mora didn't go to Baiju, but we'll see what happened.
He left in a hurry. He must be stressed out of his mind right now.
It's obvious. 1 minute Mora, bruh. Should we go with him for moral support? I know that Baiju. Maybe I should go and help.
Hey, let him deal with this, okay? No point in you stressing yourself out, too.
But
Fraud or not, it's up to Captain Wu to figure out exactly who he's gotten himself involved with.
yeah, well, I mean, if that's the case, if only the 1 million Mora go to Baiju instead of, those people that didn't know who.
I'm no Dark Knight hero, or a martial arts hero for that matter, and neither are you.
And you're a knight of guard, I see. Of duty.
Wait, or are you?
No?
Now that I think about it, I can see you having a secret double life as a martial arts hero here in Liyue. You certainly have the personality for it.
Don't question the people that know me. I only saved the city from a giant, wet-looking dragon. What?
Either way, Liyue has its own rules and regulations. Best to let the Ministry of Civil Affairs deal with this in the proper manner. If a couple of outlanders like us get involved, we might just end up muddying the waters, even with the best of intentions.
I think for us, it's fine, right? Yeah, for us, it's fine. We know Ningguang, we know Ganyu, we know Kaching. It's like, we are fine.
We came here to enjoy ourselves, remember?
We know
We don't
Zhongli.
want to get our priorities mixed up. Oh, and look at that. The storyteller's taking the stage.
I know connection doesn't... Yeah, you're not supposed to like take your connection into this stuff, but... we know, again, not just the leader of this area. Okay, cut that part out. We also know the the gods.
It is said that the sky's the limit for the aspirational soul. But alas, for the woes of the world are equally limitless. No such stranger to woes was Huang Guang, a man who, having suffered countless injustices at the hands of his fellow men, forsook them to dwell among the mountains and rivers.
Huh? What?
Yet fate fortuitous found him when he entered the tutelage of an adeptus and learned many mystical arts from them. Per his master's wishes, he then returned once more to the human world, only this time with a sworn duty to cleanse the land of demons and to see justice done wherever he might tread.
I love how Li Su just start telling a story out of nowhere. Alright. We heard the volume.
Is that all?
They were done.
Oh, I was hoping to hear the rest of the story.
And that's what you called a cliffhanger. What did you think of the story? Did you like it?
It was all right. I suppose the hero always has to sacrifice himself to save others, and it does make for some good storytelling. But it leaves you wondering how he really feels about the whole thing. Did he ever have second thoughts? Only he can know, I suppose.
Well, most people's like, yeah, don't want to regret in the future, don't help, so... Yeah, probably no second thought.
Oh, I see the show is over.
Did you find Baiju? Were you defrauded?
Yeah, I saw Dr. Baiju. Looks like it was a scam after all.
Well, you got some lecture from Baiju as well, because Baiju always lecture people.
Then what are you waiting for? Don't just stand there. You need to report this to the Ministry of Civil Affairs right away.
Hold on. Let's not lose our cool. Get your story straight first, so you can give them a clear and detailed account of events in the order that they occurred. And one more thing, do you still have a way to contact this guy?
Again, Kaeya work as the knight, so civil affairs shouldn't be that far from the knight. So yeah, Kaeya know what you should report, so those people understand.
Well, I'd arranged to meet him at the Yunshang Tea House once I've withdrawn the next sum of Mora, so I suppose he'll still be waiting on that.
Ooh, that's fast. Gonna catch up?
Okay, so you've got another meeting lined up.
I've got no one to blame but myself for this. I can't believe I was so gullible. I guess the world isn't made for naive simpletons like me.
Wow, Wu, you are so gullible. Don't say that. This is not your fault. You can fix it. You are good. Your good nature is nothing to be ashamed of. It's just people that use it. The way he abused your trust is despicable.
Young lady, you're a good person.
Yes, I
And
am.
I'm touched by your words of comfort.
A young lady.
Still, it's up to me to find a way to get my Mora back. The consequences are mine alone to bear. At my age, I'm sure I should be comforting the young with words of wisdom rather than the other way around. What does that say about how I've spent my life?
Again, you're good in nature. That's. I'm not trying to comfort. That is indeed the character here that's going on. What is it? Solution?
It's obvious, isn't it? He needs to report the case to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
But I wanna help.
Come with me.
Okay.
That con artist is human scum.
Don't worry, Wu. We'll come with you to the ministry to report the case.
Surely I'll be able to get my Mora back. Probably. Hopefully.
If that person didn't spend it yet, yeah, you can. But who knows? Otherwise, I'm guessing Kaya's gonna give us some word that we need to learn. Life lesson time.
I am quite curious. How does our chivalrous martial arts hero intend to come to Captain Wu's rescue here? There are countless victims of injustice in the world. We can't try to help each and every one of them, can we?
But at least you can save the one that's right in front of you, no?
Oh, I'm surprised. I didn't know you thought of me as someone who helps other people unconditionally.
I actually did not, but, well, that's the case.
I'm genuinely flattered. But we both know that I'm not that kind of person, really.
Yeah. You haven't helped him think through where we can find a con artist. Probably you're trying to do something else other than that. That's not the main goal. You didn't want other to laugh at Captain Wu's woos. Excuse the pun. You helped Captain Wu just because you were there and you didn't even remember it. Well, Wu is Wu's. And that's why I believe you'd be willing to help.
Your logic is very straightforward and quite endearing in its simplicity.
And also there is a pun on it. Or not pun, something like that.
But I like how you think. So I'll indulge your martial arts hero aspirations for now.
Okay then. I mean, he will help. Yeah, for sure. People got vision for a reason, right? Right?
Captain Wu, how would you feel about owing me one more favor?
I'm sorry, Captain Kaeya?
Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I found a way to recover your Mora that would leave the man who defrauded you feeling angry and frustrated, but give him no way to get back at you. If it could be done, and the only cost was owing me yet another favor, what would you say?
What exactly are you getting at?
Are you ashamed of getting help again?
The traveler here is adamant that you should ask me for another favor. Personally, I blame the storyteller. After the inspiring tale of Bravebeard, she's all gung-ho about playing hero and righting this injustice once and for all.
Why is the storyteller now and what did I do?
Captain Kaeya, young lady, thank you. I will humbly accept your kindness.
Since when did we become a young lady?
All right. Now here's what I'm thinking.
Well, we are young, but when? I'm sure, I guess. We don't hear the plan as well. That's good.
All right. Then it's settled. Per our brave hero's plan, let's rendezvous at Yanshang Tea House tomorrow.
Yanshang Tea House. So, care to explain?
Don't worry. You can count on us.
I got it. You guys involved.
Absolutely. We're all neighbors here. Old Woo's problems are our problems too.
Even though you make fun of Woo, you guys are good friend. Well, good. You know, good friend when they make fun of you. I guess that's the case.
Ah, you're here. Good. I'll head upstairs first, and you join me in a bit.
Wait, doesn't this mean? By the way, doesn't this mean that Kaeya spent one extra day in other region, or is it just me? I don't know.
You've got nothing to worry about. As long as this lucky coin's in my hands, it'll do as it's told. Before I toss the coin, I'll get our guy to bet heads or tails. Then it's your turn to bet. Now remember, if I touch my chin, you bet heads. If I touch my forehead, you go for tails.
And if you touch your buns, what do I pick? What? Anyway, got it. Kaeya leaves. Everyone is in position. The plan is risky, but if anyone can pull it off, it's Kaeya.
Hello. Are you waiting for someone?
You look unique, NPC-wise. Anyway, sorry, I'm gonna span out for a second there. I'll head up now.
As long as you follow the rules of the tea house, you're welcome here. Please be our guest.
Ah, you're nice. Well, we know your leader. Yeah, this is your leader. You know what I mean.
As long as you follow the rules of the tea.
Okay. Okay, so go upstairs. Oh, everybody's here.
This table's taken.
Okay, we'll pretend to not know each other. Good to know.
I know all I have to do is wait here, but no, forget it. I can't get cold feet now. I'll trust you and Captain Kaeya.
Well, sometimes Kaeya... Maybe Kaeya's not going to, touch anything. But yeah.
This table's taken.
Wow, they are so serious.
From the way you describe it, Liyue does sound like an attractive place to settle. Perhaps I might have to make the move here after all.
I really hope we can see like a yellow hair or something like... Yeah, something here.
All that awaits me back in Mondstadt is a horde of insufferable sycophants. Truly tedious. The reason I left home in the first place was because I was reluctant to simply live off of my inheritance.
I understand. For one as ambitious as yourself, Mr. Rich, living off of the family fortune must
How
feel
did
like
you know
the
my name?
dullest existence in the world.
How did you know my name? Also, another thing is... another thing about this person is... Do everybody that got this face at this point just a bad person? So NPC got this face. There's no way they are a good person. Is it? Everybody that I know with this face is a literal the bad person. Can I sit here? Everybody's mean.
What are you doing? It's common courtesy to introduce yourself. Can't you see we got here first?
The others tables are all taken. They got, serious face. They're angry. Seems like they got their own problem. So yeah, this was the only place left. Can I?
They're running out of tables, huh?
Yeah.
Looks like this location's getting too small for them. Very well, I'll make an exception for you this one time. Let's hope the tea, at least, won't disappoint me.
So, my friend, what's your name?
Kaeya's a young lord from a wealthy family. You didn't know that, but yeah, Kaeya and I discussed titles in advance. I'm an inspiring foreign disciple of the Guhua clan. I hope Yanqing is not here. I'm an inspiring foreign.
Here is the tea that you ordered. Please enjoy.
Yes.
Ugh, this tea is... never mind.
Oh, never mind. I should have introduced myself as Kaeya the Wealthy. No! It will be interesting.
Mr. Bai, this has been a most pleasant and insightful conversation. I consider it good fortune that I encountered such a refined gentleman as yourself so far from home. Please allow me to pay for the tea.
Yes, good fortune indeed. In that case, I must thank you for your generosity.
Wow, no. What is it called? Not saying no at all. Just accept immediately. You are a fraud.
You there. I'll get yours too.
Not... just not far from home. Where are you from originally?
Oh, you can't tell? My family's lived in Mondstadt for generations. I got bored sitting around at home and decided to set off on a journey to expand my horizons. The sights of Liyue Harbor are rather spectacular. I've half a mind to buy a waterfront property here so I can come vacationing every year. That would be quite nice. If the family would spare me a little loose change, I could even invest in an antique shop or two so I have something to do during the day.
But waterfront properties are so expensive. Flaunting your wealth so much? Show off.
Flaunting? Come on, we're talking 20, 30 million tops, surely. Isn't that just pocket change?
Yeah, sure, buddy. Sure. I mean, I got, yeah, 29 million. Yeah, sure, buddy.
Mr. Rich, just to clarify, that's quite a large sum of mora as far as the common woman is concerned. It's understandable that our friend over here feels out of her league.
Excuse you? Wanna see how much more I have?
The name's Albert. Surname Rich. But only the servants in the house address me as Mr. Rich. Now that we're so well acquainted, Mr. Bai, please just call me Albert.
Oh, Albert Rich. Interesting.
Albert does have a nice ring to it. It is my honor to become friends with someone of your caliber.
Oh, I really hope again I introduce myself as Kaeya now.
You flatter me. What say you to acting as my guide during my time in Liyue? I'll pay you handsomely, of course. Naturally, board and lodging would be included. And I could pay you in the region of 50,000 mora per day?
No need, my good friend. I shan't be so vulgar as to take your mora. We're both men of character. The pleasure of your ongoing acquaintance shall be ample reward in itself.
Ah, yes, both men of character. One is a scammer and one is a person that helps people.
To join a noble gentleman on his travels is a rare opportunity. Please, let me draft up an exact itinerary. I'll make sure to give you the experience of a lifetime.
Oh, well, Captain Wu say the person, thinking about it. They didn't refuse it, but yeah, they think about it. It's not for that long. It's literally like, yes, should I do it or should I not? Well, I guess I should do it. It's like, bro, that is not hesitation at all. That is not that more, it's not even thinking. It's just making a word long that make you think that this person is thinking. Does that make sense?
You there. You're welcome to join us if you want. Which clan did you say you were with? The Hoo-Ha clan or something?
I just watched Black Clover and that. Anyway, it's the Guhua clan.
Guhua, huh? Strange choice of name. Gotta say, I've been in Liyue for a while now. This is the first I'm hearing of them. I guess they're one of these obscure ones who keep to themselves.
Bro, I'm so sorry for Guhua clan. It's gonna be interesting if I introduce myself as Kaeya though. I should have done that. I want to hear what he said.
Yes, well, there are many martial arts clans and factions in Liyue. It's only natural that you haven't become acquainted with all of them.
Ha, fair enough. Still, weird name. Bet they have some even weirder practices.
Xingqiu, they called Xingqiu Yanqing this whole time. I mean, Xingqiu, I'm so sorry for, what I just said.
Seriously though,
everything.
What kind of skills do you guys train anyway? It's all for show, right? I saw some people performing a few tricks down at the wharf. Is it that kind of thing?
The Guhua clan is devoted to the teaching of martial arts. If you are comparing the Guhua clan to street performer, well, we have nothing to talk about. I will take my leave now. I'll get my own check as well. Do not pay for me.
I already told the server to put it on my tab. Don't bother getting her to split the bill. It'll only complicate things.
Our master teach us not to accept free favor. I was merely passing by. Your generosity will be better served elsewhere. This is better to refuse. We're showing the other person the way to refuse people is kindness.
Young lady, there's no need to take things so seriously. Why don't you loosen up and enjoy the free drink?
I'm so sorry, I'm not the type of person that, take people's money, so I shall not do that.
Are you trying to make a point by throwing my generosity back in my face? All right then, what if I say your bill is mine and don't let you pay?
You wanna fight?
Please, my friends, let's not get so worked up. Yinchang Tea House is no venue for a duel. We'll all get escorted right out the door.
It's alright, one tea house is not a problem. I can always come back, trust me.
You young people have hot tempers, I understand that.
It's short, not
But
hot.
there's no need to come to blows over a few words taken to heart when there are far more diplomatic ways to resolve the dispute.
Really? Okay, then how about we settle this with a coin toss? How about that? I'll foot my own bill if I win.
Did I hear that right? So you'll only pay for yourself if you win, but I'll get the check for the three of us if you lose. It's not that I care about the Mora. After all, I offered to pay for everyone's drinks in the first place.
Now, really?
No, what I find truly absurd is your refusal to play fair. I demand that you also pay for three if you win.
Wow. Wait, we're gonna win this and we're gonna be the one that pay in the end? I hate you. What a lot of hogwash. You insulted me first and now you also want to dictate terms? How dare you. If I win the bet, you have to make a formal apology to the Guhua clan. Which is... Guhua clan is real.
Fine. You can have your apology if you win, but on one condition. We'll do the best of three, and the winner pays for the table.
Well, as long as you're no longer raring to fight, peace begets wealth, as the elders used to say.
Yeah, peace beget wealth. Gotcha.
Why do you join us, Mr. Bai? Let's entertain this gal for a sec. We don't want her to think you're stingy.
Oh, we're gonna make him pay instead.
But I wasn't even a part of your argument.
Bro, this person literally don't want to pay.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Bai? Whose side are you on here?
Of course, I'm on,
And anyway, it's no big deal if you win. It's just a few cups of tea after all, so you can just take it from your fees as my guide.
All right then. I suppose it's not all that different from the dice gambling games I used to play in my youth. If it's just for a few drinks, you can count me in.
That is a way to say, this is Yelani's tea house. Interesting.
Alright, now we're talking. Okay, now that we've agreed on the rules, how should we do this coin toss? After all, a Mora coin looks the same on both sides.
Easy. We can just borrow a pen from the counter to mark one side and the others.
Well, that should be simple enough. Here, I'll take this coin and ask the counter to draw a line on one side. You two can wait for me.
And for guys that know, if you don't know which one is head and tails because of this, Kaeya will tell us the head and tails. So just patient, not attention. Patient. So,
Young lady, I can see that you haven't spent many years in the real world. You take everything far too personally.
now right there.
I, too, only met this Mondstadt millionaire by complete chance today, but we're getting along just fine. I actually came here to meet with a business partner to count the cash from 2 recent investments when this gentleman struck up a conversation with me.
Interesting way to put it, I see.
In the real world, you've got to keep up appearances. There's no need to offend the rich. After all, if you keep them happy, you can probably make some more off of them too.
Wow, just straightforward tell us that.
You young people are much too impulsive. It pays to keep a level head.
Well, sure.
Just so we're clear, let's say the marked side is heads and the unmarked side is tails. Everyone has to pick a side before the coin toss. Oh, and no takebacks.
Wow, that's cool animation with everything. Was it a chin for the head and forehead for the tails? I forgot.
We should also take turns tossing the coin.
Uh-oh, I forgot.
Sounds fair to me. Why don't you do the first toss, Albert?
All right then, I'll start us off. Here we... Oh, Wait, I nearly forgot to collect everyone's bets. Mr. Bai, heads or tails?
I suppose the choice is arbitrary since it's a 50-50 chance. I'll go with tails.
Gotcha. So to me, it doesn't look like a fraud. You ask first, because again, it's out of 3. Interesting.
Let me think. I'll also go with tails. What about you? Heads or tails?
Heads. Again, the chin. I have no idea. There's literally nothing there. Oh, there is actually a market. Never mind. Which one is the head? I forgot. Tails, just as planned.
Oh, darn, I won. Lucky me, I guess.
I wonder what what is this like? How do you know win or lose?
I won as well. Guess there might be a formal apology in the cards after all.
Hey, this is just the first toss. Let's keep going.
I have a suggestion. If one of us loses twice in a row, they should get knocked out while the other 2 carry on playing to decide the winner. Otherwise, with 3 of us playing, it'll start to get difficult to keep track of who's won the most times.
Oh, I actually want to make Kaeya. Wait, what was it again? Win, pay. Wait. Should I make Kaeya lose or win? I forgot. Oh my.
I flipped the coin last time, so why don't you go next? I don't want you blaming my coin-tossing skills if you guess wrong this turn.
Oh.
Here.
Oh, this is annoying, actually.
Now just wait a second, my dear friends. Please let me do the second toss.
Wow, you are finding this suspicious. Okay, I'm guessing right now is we're gonna try to do this, right? Obviously, he's gonna win later. That is why the head and tails, because Kaeya will make us pay in the end, maybe? I don't know. Ooh, I want to make Kaeya the one that do the apology thing.
Oh? Anxious to take your turn, Mr. Bai?
I don't know, this is too hard.
You are both young, and I've already seen your short tempers for myself. If Albert loses this round and this young lady wins, you'll be tied. And before you know it, you'll be at each other's throats again.
It's alright, we don't need to speak of this. There's always this type of stuff. And yeah, please, he was the one at fault.
Well, that's not my only consideration either. You two may be too young to know this, but I've been around the block a few times. What's to say this isn't a trick coin,
Why do you have to make this sus? What?
In dice games, people use all sorts of methods to rig the game. Some even fit the dice with mechanisms that give them whichever result they want.
Oh, he already is suspicious against us. He already know that we are maybe working together.
If Albert wins the next round, and you, young lady, lose for the second time in a row, then the third round will just be a tiebreaker between him and me, and you won't get your apology to the Guhua clan.
So...
If that happens, only for you to then find out that the coin was rigged all along, you're sure to accuse me of working with Albert to scam you while mocking the Guhua clan. I can only imagine the kind of vengeful warpath that would put you on.
I see.
A purely hypothetical scenario, of course, but one that I'm bringing up now to avoid any misunderstanding further down the road. Go on, give me the coin. I'll show you how to check if it's been rigged.
Why is Kaeya still smiling? Because this is purely luck, maybe. If he catches us out, we'll be in deep trouble. Nah, it's fine.
Very diligent of you indeed, Mr. Bai. Looks like I chose the right person to be my guide. Here, take it.
A rigged coin will always be a little heavier than a normal coin, you see. Yeah, this one seems perfectly normal to me, however. But don't take it from me. Why don't you test it for yourself?
Pettiness is below me. I trust your judgment. Phew, that was a close call.
What's your bet this time, Mr. Bai?
I'll stick with tails.
Tails, huh? Well, you seem to have a feel for this, so I guess I'll match your bet again this round. Tails it is. And you?
Actually, there's probably achievement here or something like that. Yeah, make it turn the other way around. I don't know which one, so I'm just gonna follow the story for now. So head it is. Then it was the tails. Well, Anyway, the coin turned up had what was this lucky guess? Or has Kaeya already? Oh no! Oh, the one with the mark is head anyway.
Well, my luck's still just about holding out. The three of us are now tied, so no one drops out. Certainly better than Albert and I going head to head in the final round.
Okay, mine.
Mm-hmm. Well, here you go. What'll it be, Mr. Bai?
It's a tough decision this time.
That's what makes it fun, isn't it? Anyway, there's no need to stress. What's the cost of a few cups of tea compared to 50,000 I'll be paying you every day?
Ooh, what a way to put it.
You make a good point. All right, I'll take heads.
Okay, and now it's my turn to guess. Not that the outcome matters either way to me. I won't even notice the more's gone. Whatever, I'll take tails.
Alright, I'll take tails. Well then. It's head. Fortunately, the coin turned up heads. Now it's Kaeya's turn.
Why did it have to be heads? This whole thing started because you two got into a spat, and now I'm the one that has to foot the bill.
Well, lucky you.
What say you to another round?
Sure, why not? I'm having fun. I can go for as many rounds as you want.
Yeah, I'm out. You guys just have fun.
What a miserly person. Do as you please. The two of us can play.
But Albert, all the fun of gambling is in the stakes involved. What say you to throwing a little loose change into the pot?
Oh, come on now. No need to walk on eggshells here. Let's keep it simple, shall we? If you guess right, I pick up the tab. But if you guess wrong, I'm afraid it's still on you.
Sure. That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's a lie.
Well, here's the coin. You can toss first. I'll take heads.
I'll choose...
Wouldn't it defeat the whole purpose of betting if you guessed the same as me? This is a two-person game now. Surely one of us has to guess heads and the other tails.
All right. It all comes down to luck, after all. I'll take tails.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Here's the tails.
Ooh, looks like Rex Lapis has smiled upon me today after all.
No, he didn't.
Thank you for the tea, Albert.
You're on lucky streak today. Bet you wish you'd raised the stakes now, huh?
Look at you getting so giddy over some chump change.
I mean,
It's like you've never gambled with real money before, my old man. That's a real rush, I'm telling you. This is nothing by comparison. In fact, I'm starting to get a little bored.
Well, in that case, would you care for another game?
oh, because this is what gambling do. They make you win first and make you keep, trying to play. If you win first, you are like, maybe I can win next, and you keep putting stuff, and that's how you lose your money. Oh, that's what Kaeya is doing.
Sure, and let's up the stakes a little this time. Shall we say 50,000?
Oh, maybe that's a little on the high side.
What, 50,000? But that's just a single day's guide pay for you.
All right. I'll bet tails.
Great, then I'll bet heads. No takebacks.
I wonder what Kaeya do here. Heads.
Tails.
Okay. I wonder how this goes. Like, what happened?
Oh, how unfortunate. I shouldn't have gotten greedy. After all, in the long run, gambling is always a losing game. 50,000 more. My goodness. Albert, I'm terribly sorry, but as it happens, I forgot to bring my coin purse with me today. Could you perhaps take this 50,000 out of my guide fees? Call it an advance payment. That would make us even.
What?
Advance payment? Sorry, I'm afraid that's not my style. It'll have to be cash.
Oh,
This day just getting better and better. Well, so be it. 50,000. Let me see what cash I have on me.
Mr. Bai takes out 50,000 in Mora bills
Just
from his back.
50,000? That's not what we agreed on.
Huh? What are you talking about? I think you'll find that our bet was for 50,000.
50,000 million?
No, it wasn't. The amount was 1 million.
Wait, wait, how did you change? Wait, huh?
1 million? Are you insane? Come on now, Albert. Be serious. 1 million here and 1 million there might be all fun and games to you rich types, but to ordinary folk like myself, this is no laughing matter.
How the heck did Kaeya just turn from 50,000 to 1 million? Wait, what? Am I what, huh?
I'm being perfectly serious. I know what I said, and what I said was 1 million Mora.
Yeah, sure.
You're lying through your teeth. Hey, young lady, you tell him. Did you hear him say 1 million at any point during our bet?
Yeah, yeah, he said 1 million. He literally just said a moment ago.
Huh? What the? I'm not deaf, you know.
You are forgetful.
I swear I heard 50,000. Wait.
Because again, he just did the 1 million. He is thinking about 1 million stuff like that.
Oh, I see. You two are in this together.
What?
I never met either of you before today, and out of nowhere you suddenly roped me into betting over a coin toss, and now you're accusing me of owing you 1 million Mora.
For somebody that lose fair and square, you are now doubting that we never meet each other? How dare you?
Huh? Do you have any idea who you're trying to cheat? I know all the tricks in the book. I can't believe a couple of beginners like you managed to get this far. Well, don't you try to celebrate just yet. You amateurs have a lot to learn about the art of the con.
Oh, are you... Wait, does that mean Civil Affair is hearing this?
Do you really think that nobody else will have heard all the commotion we just made? All I need is one witness, and this little scheme of yours falls apart.
It's alright, Grandpa. Yeah, you just got your problem. Trust me.
Frauds! Frauds, I say! These two kids are trying to scam me out of my hard-earned Mora! Hostess! Oh, hostess, come quickly!
How pathetic.
What is going on here? If you can't abide by our rules, you're not welcome at Yanshang Tea House. I don't care what the issue is. You don't get to make a racket like that in here. Halberd! Fang!
Wait, don't throw me out! These two con artists are trying to steal my Mora. You can't let them get away with it.
Sadly, the tea house don't care about it.
Well, let's take this somewhere else. I don't want any of you disturbing the other guests. Okay, you two. Care to explain yourselves?
Gladly. He's making up completely spurious claims. We were betting Mora over a few coin tosses, and now he wants to back out. In the land of contracts, of all places.
Ooh, Kaeya just throw the fact.
He won 250,000 from me, then another 800,000 from the both of us. Now he's refusing to pay up the measly 50,000 that he lost in the final round.
How did the story change from... Okay, interesting.
Okay, so after settling up, a total of 1 million Mora should have changed hands. Sounds plausible enough.
Oh, it's a complete pack of lies. Hostess, if you don't believe me, ask anyone else in the tea house. These kids were so loud, I guarantee you everybody in that room knows the true story.
Oh, that's why we didn't sit with the others. Gotcha.
Sorry to interrupt you all, but you're witnesses to the situation here. Is what Mr. Bai says true?
Oh, thank goodness you're finally here. What took you so long? That old guy's been bragging about the Mora he's won so loudly, I'm surprised the whole street didn't hear him. I was about to report him to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
I like this.
Leave me out of this. I
Well
want
planned.
nothing to do with gamblers and scammers. Please, just bring me my check.
it's so interesting how the well planned.
Our new owner laid down the law not too long ago. We turn a blind eye towards casual games of dice, but there is zero tolerance for any explicit gambling with real Mora.
Ooh, yeah, again, the owner of this is Yelan. I don't know when did we learn that, but I hope it's not a spoiler.
Return any winnings to the party you took them from, and we'll say that none of this ever happened. Otherwise, I'll have to bring in the Millilith. And I can assure you that they take a more hard line on this kind of thing than we do.
Why should I have to give them any Mora? I don't have any Mora on me.
And you managed to...
Oh, but I think you do. 2 investments, was it?
Yeah.
One of them to the tune of exactly 1 million as it happens. Oh, and don't forget you still need to pay the tab.
Yeah, why did you drink while you don't have any money? It's like, what? This old man is trying to make that poor Wu to pay for the tea. Yikes.
You... Wait. How did you...
How did you know?
Halberd! Fang! There's a gentleman here that I'd really like you to meet.
Please, please don't. I'll pay, all right?
This was never your Mora to begin with. We'll be returning it to its rightful owner now.
Mr. Wu! Shui, thank you so much for the help. Well, Shui doesn't help, Shui just follow the rules, but you know.
We can't have this discussion in front of the other customers. Please, step outside.
I'm so sorry. You did a great job. I'll tell Yelan to raise your payment. I don't think Yelan will do it, but you know, we'll just talk about it.
What did you think, Captain Wu? Could you hear clearly from your corner on the 2nd floor?
Yes, everything. I can't thank you 2 enough.
Yeah, next time, talk to Baiju thyself. Is that the wife?
Whoa.
Nope, never mind.
This was your doing, wasn't it? You and this monster planned the whole thing.
What? We will never.
Along with that blonde one. And all the customers on that floor were in on it too, weren't they? I know where you live, and I know what your wife looks like, and your pretty little daughter too. You crossed the wrong man today.
And you also say that in front of the one and the known.
Who'd be scared of a crook like you? I'll take you on any day of the week.
Well, let's see how long that false bravado of yours will last.
Also, wouldn't be scared. Remember what Kaeya said? There's no way Mr. Bay can do anything.
Oh, look at that. He figured it out. Guess he's not as dumb as we thought.
Wow.
Don't you two get cocky either. Just you wait. I will hunt you down.
Yeah, sure. Hunt him down. He's the knight on Mondstadt. Feel free to hunt me down. Feel free to. I sometimes believe in my sanity pot, which nobody can find me. Either way, yeah, feel free.
My apologies for having to leave this question until you'd vacated the premises. But I couldn't have things escalate inside the tea house. I hope you can understand our position.
I understood. Yeah, can I talk? I should understand it 100%, so it's fine.
I noticed that all the guests on the 2nd floor were present before you took your seats, then left almost immediately after you did. Would I be correct in saying you were looking to set this man up?
No.
Wait, so you saw through it right away?
Well, I guess this miss is smarter than you.
Under normal circumstances, we would never tolerate a scheme like this taking place on our grounds, as it risks damaging our owner's reputation. However, I understand that our owner holds the traveler in high regard and must have good reasons for their actions. Still, I would appreciate an explanation, if only so that I can answer to the owner.
Ooh, so you know that Yelan know us. That is nice.
Ah, as I thought. When you're operating on someone else's turf, you run the risk of clashing with the master of the house. Thankfully, we considered that possibility before going ahead with our plan.
And we're a good person.
Over to you, brave hero. You're the one with the connections in Liyue. It's your time to shine.
Well, you recalled what happened. Well, that's fine.
Okay, I understand the situation now. It goes without saying that I have no wish to stand in the way of your chivalrous deeds. I'll report everything you told me to our owner.
Yelan's just gonna be like, yeah, casual, Always have an event and stuff with a traveler. Always. Feel free to find me again if you need any further explanation.
Well, Captain Wu, remember what I promised you? What do you think? Angry and frustrated enough for you?
I think you delivered. Shame he didn't cry like a big baby though.
Excuse me, coming through. Is this the Mr. Bai you reported to us?
Yes, that's him all right. The one who scammed Captain Wu.
Wait! Where's your evidence? And Wu, you've already recovered your Mora. I don't deserve to be punished twice for the same crime.
Yeah, how dare you.
You can't talk your way out of this one. You're already suspected of defrauding multiple victims out of smaller amounts, and the
Ooh.
combined total meets the threshold for a conviction. If it turns out you're guilty in this case too, it'll only add to your sentence.
Yikes.
Does the plaintiff have any witnesses? If so, we'd really appreciate if they could come with us and provide a testimony.
Here, sir, I'm happy to give a testimony.
You got tangled up in this too, huh?
Oh, so you know me?
In that case, please come with me. Your witness statements will play a crucial role in helping to move this case forward. Don't worry, we won't take up too much of your time. And you, sir, can stop twiddling your thumbs. You're coming with us too.
Twiddling your thumbs.
Hey, keep your hands off me. I'll cooperate. Stop manhandling me.
The minute the comes away, you give a testimony, and yeah, back to
Thank
tea
you
house.
so much, the both of you. I really don't know how I could ever begin to repay you.
Well, I have an idea. We originally came here to do some sightseeing. Anywhere you'd recommend we go before the end of our trip?
Let me think. Now, where would I want to go? Hey, are either of you interested in a fishing trip?
Oh, I actually want fishing.
Sounds fun to me. Let's go.
Wow, fishing, let's go! Fishing gonna be fun. With that, then our first ending shall be the true ending. It's not done yet.
Well, this was certainly an eventful end to my trip.
It is.
It wouldn't have been possible without you. Or my lucky coin, of course.
It's eventful for me because as me recording this, we're also just done watching special program. I'm just glad that nothing went wrong when I tossed the coin.
Wouldn't be much of a lucky coin if it had. Besides, I already taught you how to become attuned to it. You still need some practice to master the technique, but luckily it decided to play nice and spare us any more complications.
Wait, how do you control it?
A better question to ask might be, what do I do to make this coin happy to work with me and show me whichever side I wish? My answer would be that I tell the coin a joke every time I toss it into the air. If it finds my joke funny, then it cooperates with me.
Huh?
Of course, this whole arrangement hinges on a pre-existing amount of trust between the two of us. I can't just get any strange coins to listen to me.
Sure. He caught us off guard when he insisted on taking the second coin toss.
Yeah, I was a little surprised when he unwittingly called out our trick coin, but it didn't matter. A good gambler always keeps their options open. You have to have a contingency plan for when the odds are against you. So when I went to the counter, I marked a regular coin as well as my trick one. That safely avoided any risk of him finding out about the trick coin. But it also meant that we wouldn't be able to control the result of that round.
But luckily, we did it. Yeah, again, I think there's gonna be achievement there, I don't know.
But hey, what does it matter? The fact that he made things a little more challenging only made it all the more exciting to watch him slowly but surely fall into our trap. Especially listening to him warn us about the possibility of a rigged coin right as we were scamming him. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, about the rigged coin, it is rigged.
As long as I chose the same bet as him, and you bet the opposite to me, it was always going to end up with him paying. Unless, of course, he'd had some other tricks up his sleeve that we hadn't thought of. Then things would have gotten really interesting.
You two are genuinely the smartest people I've ever met.
Guys, you hear it?
I'm no intellectual, so
You hear it first
I would
here?
never have been able to come up with a plan like this. Even when you described it to me, I only understood parts of it.
See, guys? I am the smartest people. Yes, that this person ever met. Never change your good nature. All con artists get con themselves. That's called karma. Never change your good nature.
Well, I may not be the smartest guy around.
You're pretty dumb.
But one thing I do know is this. One should always return tenfold the help that they've received from others.
It's alright. We will disappear from here as well. We're going to Fountain! Well, Kaeya, I'm going back to Mondstadt, but you know.
We were just ordinary acquaintances. You had no reason to help me as much as you did. If there's anything I can ever do for you in the future, anything at all, please let me know. You can always count on me. I guarantee it.
Alright, I need a boat to go Fountain. Does that work?
No? You seem agitated. Are you worried about owing me yet another favor? There are two kinds of people who owe me favors. One is my friends, and the other my informants. My informants have to fulfill whatever requests I make of them, no questions asked. The question is, which kind of person do you want to be?
This is just showing you to be friend, yes?
Ah, and you're torn again. Too afraid to ask to be my friend, but also daunted by the dangers inherent in becoming my informant.
I love how I just answer, yeah, choose friend, and I'm like, wait, I didn't think about it.
Well, it's okay, because I just thought of a fun and easy way to get us out of this impasse. Let's do a coin toss.
You just learned about the rigged coin toss and now you're what?
This is the regular coin I prepared for the contingency plan when I was borrowing a pen from the bar.
Ah, yes, of course.
Not the lucky one that does what I tell it to. If it's heads, we're friends. But if it's tails, you're at my beck and call. May the Lord of Geo decide.
I'm pretty sure Kaeya will force it to be friend.
So, was it heads or tails?
What do you think? What does your heart tell you?
Kaeya just put the coin back in his pocket.
I understand now. You have my most sincere gratitude. No, that's a little too formal. What I'm trying to say is, here, your fishing rods, my friends.
Oh, and then the end. The end. Oh, that's awesome ending there. My true ending is a lucky coin awesome ending with achievement. Nice, an informant or a friend. Do you want to be my informant or my friend? Review invitation? What? Oh, I see. That is actually awesome though. Yeah, and also like I said, there are two separate part immediately, and yeah. Let's go to this one and let's see what is there. I'm curious. Alright. We cannot spend public money for our own amusement.
Now I remember why you're an honorary knight.
Wait a minute.
Of course being tempted by money is beneath you.
I definitely didn't choose the anyway.
Your honest character is dazzling to behold. Like the sunlight reflecting off the surface of Cider Lake in the late fall, I hold my hands up. My thinking was mistaken.
So your thinking was right before I make a mistake.
In that case, I guess today's end-of-trip blowout is cancelled. I shall pack my luggage and prepare to return to Mondstadt.
It would be nice to catch up with everyone in Mondstadt anyway.
Oh? You'd do that for me?
Yes.
Well, this wasn't what I'd originally planned, but it's a very welcome development. When I was souvenir shopping, I picked out something for you too. Guess my thoughtfulness wasn't in vain.
You got me a souvenir? Oh, what did you get me?
Let's keep that a secret for now.
Gosh darn it.
Not because I want to keep you guessing.
I will still be guessing.
It's just that I didn't think I'd run into you here. All my gifts are back at the inn.
If I didn't get the achievement by accident, by the way, I'm going to show the achievement towards the end on how to get it. Because there are always one clearing every single ending, one clearing a specific ending, and the last one is just doing something.
I want you to find out for yourself when you open it.
Okay.
The surprise is what gift giving is all about, is it not?
Fine, it's called surprise, I guess.
Then it's settled. We'll leave together shortly.
Now, what do you mean shortly? We're not leaving now? Timmy! Not Timmy again. The birds.
Look.
I'm using Yelan.
Mondstadt's windmills. Ah, such a comforting sight.
And unloaded texture. It's probably my fault, but you know.
Now, as promised, your souvenir. Here you go. According to the merchant I bought it from, mysterious spirits called Jinn often live in lamps like this. And this lamp in particular once housed a very powerful genie.
Kaeya, I kinda already have a powerful genie.
Merchants love to exaggerate to help make a sale. but it's still quite the pretty little lamp.
I see. Do you want to hear my story about me getting a good genie?
I know you like rare things, so perhaps you can add this to your collection. Of course, you can also use it as an ordinary pot. Personally, I think it'd make an excellent wine vessel.
For me personally, I want to make it on my display inside my Serenity pot. So this is a free stuff for a Serenity pot. Awesome. I'll put it on display.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm glad you like it.
I love it.
I'm ready to head into the city now.
Because it's limited.
You're free to join me, or you can make your own schedule. I could give everyone their souvenirs first, but I'm not sure whether I'm in the mood for running around and visiting people right after the long journey.
I'm guessing we're the one that's doing that.
Maybe I'll take a breather first. But I know I'll only get bored sitting in my room alone. Ugh. Do you have any suggestions?
Is it branching? We can chill out together so you can relax without getting bored. I can join you for souvenir giving. Got it, so branching. I can join you for the souvenir giving.
Yes, I suppose. Okay, souvenir run it is. They're mostly people you know, so it'll be a chance for you to say hi to some people you haven't seen in a while.
There's no way there's no souvenir for Klee, so I'm excited. I don't know about Diana, but there's no way there's no for Klee.
Let's start by going to the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Jean and Lisa will definitely be there, and with any luck, we might run into a few others too.
Yay! Stop cutting me out of your video. How did you know? Beautiful wrap gift box. That's it. Okay, enter the acting grandmaster's office. Param. Oh, they are sitting here. I really hope I can do this.
Commit it to memory.
Good morning. I am back.
Hey, you two busy?
Why does Jeannie's face look so interesting? Long time no see, everybody. I'm back, Mondstadt.
You must have had a tough journey, Kaeya. Oh, it's been a while, cutie.
Let's go.
Yes, welcome back, Kaeya. Why is the honorary knight accompanying you?
Kaeya decided to try to use the public money for his own fun. No? Now we just accidentally meet on Sumeru.
I understand. Back to matters at hand, Kaeya. I have already received your report. You did well this time, thank you. A few days ago, we received a letter from the representative of the Wine Merchants Association in Sumeru. It was thanks to your on-the-spot decisions that further losses, due to continued delays, were avoided.
Aw, that's awesome.
Just doing my duty. Anything to reduce the acting grandmaster's workload. Oh, I nearly forgot. I have some unused travel funds. I'll return the surplus now.
Wow, he is talking like he wasn't planning on spending it. Unbelievable. I have a sudden urge to expose him.
Given the suddenness of the situation and the difficulty in resolving it, I authorized a greater than normal disbursement in case of unforeseen circumstances. But I didn't think there would be this much left over. Thank you, Kaeya.
Just doing the right thing. But I'm not actually here for a post-trip debrief. I brought some souvenirs back for everyone.
Souvenirs from Sumeru?
Oh, that look pretty. I didn't know they are going to show us. Nice.
Here, the letter opener is for Jean. The jeweled brooch is for Lisa. And the items in the box are for everyone else.
Gosh darn it. It's only a letter opener for Jean? And Lisa got a jeweled brooch? Oh, that's a picking favorite. How dare you.
The artistry of this is exquisite. Look at the ornamentation on the sheath. This must be one of those crafts unique to Sumeru. It's my first time seeing one in person. Thank you, Kaeya.
I love the color of the gem in this brooch, and the setting is so elegant. You have excellent taste, Kaeya. This can't have come cheap.
It wasn't too bad. I didn't spend too much.
Oh, is it the merchant that you helped?
Might I intrude a moment?
Wait, what?
Albedo, is that you? Come in.
Yeah, but say, why Albedo here?
I finished the latest quarterly expenses report for the workshop.
Oh yeah, you're
It's
right.
ready for your review. Traveler, greetings.
Greeting.
And Kaeya, welcome back from Sumeru. Haven't seen you in a while.
Hello, Albedo.
You two look like you're in good spirits.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, the honorary knight and I traveled back from Sumeru together. Ah, yes. And I brought some souvenirs for you and Klee.
Oh, I thought we were gonna
They
meet
form a
Klee.
set. Hold on.
No.
Let me dig them out.
What is my Klee? What? No, where's my souvenir that I have a set with Klee?
You're too kind. Klee has been constantly inquiring as to the timing of your return lately.
Since you weren't around, she thought you had also been grounded, and that it would be a long time before you could come out.
Typical Klee.
Children always have the most peculiar way of looking at things.
Also been grounded? Sounds like things haven't been too dull for you all in my absence.
What happened when... Yeah, what happened to Klee?
It's Klee's third time this month.
What did she do?
Evidently, you're not the least bit surprised.
No. On the contrary, what would be a surprise is if Klee ever managed to stay out of trouble for a substantial length of time.
Okay, that's kinda... Yeah, I guess that is the case. She can stop if I bring her somewhere else to fish. Fountain we go, Klee, let's go.
Anyway, since my souvenir is part of a set with Klee's, there's no rush to give it to me. When Klee's next, released, I'll bring her to see you sometime. We'll collect our souvenirs together.
Oh, I wanna see the souvenir also, Klee.
Sure, makes sense. Leave the surprise for the person who'll enjoy it the most.
I'll leave these documents here. I'll take my leave now, everyone.
What is...
Kaeya, I've approved your vacation request. Use this time to relax and unwind. Don't worry about the report and other work. I'll take care of it. You too, Honorary Knight. There isn't any work the Knights of Favonius require your assistance with at this time, so please take it easy.
Well, thank you, Jean. Even though there is one, I am not going to help. Because I come here for, well, sightseeing and visiting back. Not to work. Anyway, I'll reject it if you need help.
Thank you. Then we'll be going now.
Enjoy your vacation. But don't forget to return the Fox and the Dandelion Sea series before it's due.
If you are too late, lightning shall strike again.
Don't worry, I'm nearly done with those. I'll be able to return them in a few days.
Oh, that's awesome.
Kaeya is just as thoughtful as always.
I still want to meet Klee though. Can I knock on Klee's door?
Though there's always something to do, with everyone lending a hand, I always feel at ease.
Good for you. Alright. Okay, when I say alright, just cut it out there. I don't need souvenir, I only need you. Ah, I accidentally climbed. Knock knock.
When is Kaeya coming back? He still hasn't read me the 10th and 11th stories from the Fox and the Dandelion Sea.
Oh, it's for you. I see. Ah, that is cute. There you go, that's achievement. Shh, listen.
I'm surprised Klee still hasn't escaped. I taught her a few tricks just before I left.
Is this the norm to you? Why are you smirking?
Kids will always have their moments of mischief. But to be able to grow up without a worry or care in the world is something truly precious.
Yeah, it's a free will, I guess. Too much freedom.
Well, now that all the gifts for the Knights of Favonius are with Jean, next up is... Ooh, how about we visit the Dawn Winery under the pretext of delivering souvenirs and try to score some free wine? It's been a long time since I last saw everyone there. Plus, it'll be the perfect time to treat you to some of their newest brews.
I actually don't like wine or alcohol stuff. I would rather just a juice.
D-Luke should be there tomorrow since he has business to deal with. But then there's nothing scheduled for the day after tomorrow, so perhaps it'll be easier to get free wine then.
That is the case.
What do you think? When should we go?
Now. Tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. The day after tomorrow, probably. Because, again, this is because we want to meet Dilo.
Great. Then it's settled. Let's meet the day after tomorrow at the front entrance of the Dawn Winery.
Wait, is that branching path? That is a branching path, no?
You're more punctual than I expected.
This is like in the midnight.
Let's head inside.
Master Kaeya? And the Traveler? Welcome, welcome. Please, come in. I'll fetch you both something to drink.
Elzer, it's been a while.
Long time no see, Elzer.
Who?
Yes, it's been a while, hasn't it? So, what brings you back to the winery this... Sorry. Is there anything I can do for you?
No need to be so formal. I just returned from Sumeru and dropped by to see you all.
Ah, what a pity. Master Diluc went out to handle business last night and hasn't returned yet.
Oh, even though we chose the top one, no different mate. I see.
Never mind. The main thing is that you and Adeland are here. Oh, speaking of Adeland, where is she?
She's taking some time off. She was busy cleaning yesterday and finally has a bit of time to herself.
Perfect. I brought some gifts for you both. Here, this belt buckle is for you.
My goodness, it's exquisite. Thank you, Master Kaeya. I'll treasure it.
And I'll fetch you some doctor. What happened to you?
Would you like anything to drink? We recently finished making a new batch of dandelion wine.
And fetching free wine.
Well, what perfect timing. I was just wondering how this year's batch was coming along.
Let me fetch a barrel and have someone deliver it to the Knights of Favonius headquarters for you.
Oh, I won't be needing an entire barrel. A couple of bottles will be more than sufficient. Else Diluc might say I came here to beg.
Oh, Master Diluc might grumble, but he doesn't mean it. Anyway, let me fix you both a drink.
Much obliged. Then I'll have a glass of dandelion wine and a glass of cider lake for her, if you please.
Cider lake? Am I drinking a lake water? Is this water come straight up from the lake?
The name is not that literal.
Oh.
It is a drink with virtually no alcoholic content, as Master Kaeya will be aware. I'll prepare them now. Please, wait a moment.
I see, of course, my drink is non-alcoholic. You know what I was expecting? Never mind, I'm used to it already. The point is I don't mind. Actually, I never want to drink alcoholic stuff. How to say like, yay, no alcohol? Of course, my drink is non-alcoholic. This like, yeah, you expect it to be? I don't know.
Strictly speaking, that's not entirely true. Cider Lake does have a tiny amount of alcohol in it.
Imagine, imagine Elser just cough and dies.
Please, enjoy.
Try the cider lake that Elser makes. Well, look, it's quite sweet and very tasty. I like it.
Pleased you liked it. Looks like my bartending skills haven't faded with age.
Virtually no alcoholic content equals minuscule alcoholic content? No.
How have you been recently? Is the winery's business doing well?
To tell you the truth, we've had our work cut out for us recently trying to fulfill some major orders. Things have only just started to quiet down over the last couple of days.
So, you've had no time off lately?
Master Diluc was concerned about the same thing.
Who will not concern about you coughing?
But with him being out on business for a few days, who would take care of business and the guests if I were to take time off? Maybe some other time.
Bruh?
At least take half a day to see a doctor and make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
If your condition worsens, Diluc will never forgive himself.
Yeah, and we don't want to give problem.
You make a fair point.
Proceed to dice. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to.
If you're worried about having someone to handle the winery, why not leave it to me? I'm familiar enough with your responsibilities to cover for you for a while.
Again, for guys that didn't know, down the winery is Kaeya's home. Kaeya is Diluc's brother, and yeah.
Master Kaeya,
That's why people call him Master Kaeya.
Please, come back to the winery more often. We all miss you very much.
All right. No need for that kind of talk. Come on, I'll see you out.
This sounds like somebody got fired. Alright, out you go. Is that the ending? Bye, have a great time.
While I'm resting, I shall leave Dawn Winery in your hands.
Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Rest easy, and go see the doctor.
When Diluc come home, Diluc's gonna be like, why the foot are you here? And where is Elzer? I'm gonna be a little bit mad.
Such great weather today. A calm breeze and delicious wine. This is quite the treat.
Oh, also, this is supposed to be your vacation. You are working.
Though, it's a pity this batch seems a bit bland. How about I go to the wine locker and fetch one from the reserve collection? I remember it's on the second floor.
Is that allowed? So is that why you want to work?
Of course it's fine. I promised Elzer I'd help. I said nothing about leaving the wine alone.
Yeah, stop whining. Anyway, please mate, help.
Sorry, I'm a little late to the welcome party, but I believe I just heard the words wine locker and reserve collection. Planning on pilfering a bottle of reserve, Master Kaeya?
Adeline come to save the wine collection.
The reserve collection is reserved for a reason, you know. You should at least run it past Master Diluc first.
Oh, Adeline, surely you misheard. We were simply taking a walk around the house.
I see. Anyway, what brings you and the traveler to the winery today?
Souvenir.
We just returned from Sumeru. It's been a while, so I thought we might drop by and say hello.
That's souvenir?
And perhaps enjoy a complimentary drink while we're here. Surely you wouldn't object, Adeline.
How could I object? We're simply happy that you've come back to see us.
Oh, Adeline, I also brought some gifts for you all. This bottle of essential oil is for you. If you rub it on your hands when it gets cold, your skin won't crack.
Oh my! I can't believe you remembered something like that.
Of course I remember. You always took such good care of me when I fell sick as a child. In comparison, this is nothing.
Wait, when you're... How old are you right now, Kaeya? Wait, so Adeline is older than you? Wait, what?
You're all grown up now, and you don't get sick nearly as easily.
Yeah.
You don't need me to look after you anymore.
True, I don't get sick as much. But speaking of being looked after, when I was in Sumeru, I did find myself and my stomach missing your cooking so terribly.
Wow, what a word! The Risley berries here.
Oh, are you hungry? Would you like to eat something? You too, traveler. Please tell me if there's anything you'd like to eat.
Not gonna lie, both of them looking at me, it's kind of set me on the stage.
Well, now that you mention
Crystal
it,
Fly's following.
I do actually feel a bit peckish.
Peckish? That Crystal Fly just casually. Okay.
Steak?
Oh, yes. A nice steak would really hit the spot.
Fragrant cedarwood grilled, medium, stewed vegetables on the side?
I'm just paying attention to the Crystal Fly right now.
Yes, just like you always used to make. Thank you kindly, Adeline.
I'm ready to catch that Crystal Fly.
My pleasure. Traveler, I'm sorry I'm not familiar with your preferences. Would you like to come with me and select a few dishes?
Steak? I don't mind steak as well. I enjoy everything because I'm a vegetarian. So I only eat meat. So as long as it's not vegetable, I'm good. What? Anyway. Oh, actually choose a dish.
Take it easy.
Booyah! I say I'm gonna catch you. What? You're just cooking outside. Wait, what? A big mansion. Do not have... Interesting. Interesting.
Grilling the steak over fragrant cedarwood infuses it with more flavor than pan-frying it. It's a favorite of Master Kaeya's. Since using an open flame to grill indoors is somewhat inconvenient, we usually set up a grill outdoors. It's perfect for grilling meat, but you can also use it to make stews. I can offer you a satisfying salad, cold cut platter, and anything stewed. What would you prefer, traveler?
Sticky honey rose. Paimon.
Okay, right away.
Yeah, that reminds me of Paimon, so let's choose that. I'm talking like Paimon
Master
Suganer.
Kaeya really likes stewed vegetables, but it takes the most time. So I'll start making that first, and then prepare your meal once that's underway.
You seem to know Kaeya's preference inside out. That sounds wrong.
Of course! I looked after him and Master Diluc when they were growing up. He wasn't always such a complicated character. He was a gentle child, polite and very sweet. Boys, huh? The gentle ones grow up to be wild, and the rambunctious ones become quiet and reserved.
I see.
At least that's my experience. If there's anything you don't understand about Master Kaeya and his antics, please feel free to talk to me about it. His temperament has changed quite a lot over the years, but he still has a lot of the endearing qualities I remember.
Yeah, the problem is only I cannot tell what he is up to. Truthful or not also another thing, but yeah.
Kaeya is much savvier and more mature than he used to be. Goodness knows he could be tricky to deal with. But let me share a few little tips.
Oh?
When he answers your question with a question, stop and think carefully about what he wants you to believe. And don't be led on by him.
Okay, that one I know. That one, how I trick people in real life. What?
As for not knowing what he's up to, that's because he loves making up a good cover story. But don't let him get to you too much. You can take it from me. You were drinking a cider lake just now, right?
Yep, that's right.
Do you know why it's called that?
Nope.
The name was coined by none other than Master Krepus when he mixed the drink for Master Kaeya himself.
Oh. Ooh.
They were adorable when they were young. One time, the winery was hosting a banquet, and Master Krepus strictly forbade Master Diluc from drinking.
Why? Also, another thing is Master Krepus is the one that's on Christmas.
Master Diluc wasn't happy about that, and he convinced Master Kaeya to team up with him and sneak into the wine cellar to steal some dandelion wine.
Oh. I see why Kaeya do the Kaeya thing now.
And how did I find this out? Because when Master Kaeya attempted to distract me, I could clearly see Diluc hiding around the corner of the corridor, gesturing to Master Kaeya to direct him through the whole thing.
Oh, I want to see if there's probably fan art about this, but I want to see the fan art. That's gonna look cute.
The Captain Kaeya of today never bats an eye when he lies, but he wasn't like that at all when he was young. Ah, goodness, how did I get into this? Anyway, they were discovered by Master Krepus in the end, and he was furious. He punished Master Kaeya by making him write lines, and Master Diluc was forced to clean the wine barrels in the cellar.
Bruh, wait, writing is better than cleaning, wow.
The wine cellar had over a dozen large wine barrels to scrub,
Bruh.
and Master Diluc was just a child. There was no way he could finish it all by himself. Master Krepus really meant to teach him a lesson. I'd originally planned to secretly finish off the work for him, but when I peeked inside the cellar, I found that Master Kaeya was already there.
Aww, that is a wholesome story. So Kaeya do also help Diluc.
He and I finished scrubbing the remaining barrels. When Master Krepus saw that the bruises on Master Kaeya's hands were even darker than those on Master Diluc's hands, he instantly understood the situation. Master Krepus wasn't stern by nature, so to comfort Master Kaeya, he mixed him a drink and added a few drops of alcohol just so he could have a little taste.
Wait, so you are giving alcohol to a little child? Wait, the yeah, this sounds like an adult trying to make their child, you know, what? Good parenting, not good, I don't know.
So you see, Kaeya was a gentle child, and never one to boast about the things he did for other people. Sometimes he'd even deny it if asked.
Yeah, that part we know, but that dropping some alcohol, it caught me off guard.
His friends have a special place in his heart, even if he keeps this to himself. Kaeya's quite a smooth talker these days, but I can tell that his habit of quietly helping others hasn't changed.
Yeah, it actually hasn't changed. It just sounds suspicious, that's all. I understand what you mean.
Ah, good. Okay, the stew is nearly ready, but the meat and the other dishes will need a moment. Please wait at the table. I'll be over shortly.
Ah, good. I don't want to explain it again. That's the tone that I got from her. So we're just waiting, I guess.
You're not worried that I can't handle it by myself, are you? Relax. Serving meals is all part of my job as a maid. I can manage.
Can you manage when I put the fire down, though? Anyway, let's wait.
Drinking fine wine, eating Adeline's steak. Ah, now this is what I call a vacation.
And I got to hear some stories about some people's childhood.
Oh? What has Adeline been telling you?
She said you had a strong sense of justice. Very smart kid.
So she told the good stories. Well, shucks. Now I'm embarrassed.
Shucks? What?
Food's ready. I hope you're hungry. I made a little extra, given how long it's been since you were last here.
Oh, we never imagined there would be such a magnificent feast. You've really outdone yourself. Why don't you sit and eat with us this time?
Yeah, let's eat together. Whenever I watch those anime with a mate, I really hope the mate sit and eat together as well. I know it's not their common courtesy stuff, but really hope that's the case.
If you keep chatting away, the food will get cold. I'll wait here. Please call me if you need anything.
Sit, eat.
I'm afraid that just won't do, Adeland. I'm serious. We get together so rarely. Can't you bend the house rules just this once? After all, I don't live here anymore, so I'm just a regular guest. You aren't going to refuse your honored guest this small request, are you?
Since it's you, Master Kaeya, I see no choice but to honor your request.
Nice. With that, that's the ending, right?
I know that us sharing a meal is a sign of our close relationship, but this is technically against the rules for a maid, so please forgive me for rebuffing you at first. I didn't mean to sound rude.
It's alright, it's all Kaeya's fault.
Traveler, given how petty Master Kaeya can be, it must be hard for him to make friends. Does he have any friends in the Knights of Favonius?
Yes, me. That is so sad. Yeah, everybody's Kaeya's friend, but yes, me.
Looks like my efforts have paid off. See, Adeland?
I got a merely one friend here. No, there are a lot of friends of Kaeya. You enjoy home-cooked meal with Kaeya Adeline under a gentle breeze.
Hello, everyone. Pardon me, but is this Dawn Winery?
Someone from Leah.
I'm Guangzhe, a guard with the Secure Transport Agency under the Leah Communications Office. Here's my card.
Oh, Guangzhe, how are you?
No wonder Elzer felt so strongly about staying. He certainly wasn't kidding about how busy it is. Mr. Guangzhe, a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
The pleasure is all mine. The Secure Transport Agency has worked with your fine establishment in the past, though we have only corresponded through letters. I always found it a great pity that I, the overseer of our cooperation, have never had the occasion to visit in person.
Oh, that's awesome.
Why don't we go inside to discuss the details? No doubt the conversation will flow better with some of our wines to taste. Adeland, we'll continue our discussion later. Could you fetch some apple cider for the three of us?
Certainly, Master Kaeya. Please wait a moment.
And how might I address you, sir, as well as your...
Just Kaeya is fine. I'm standing in today for Elzer, who usually manages the winery's business. And this is my good friend.
Hi, I'm Rick.
A pleasure to meet you as well. I'm not just here today to pay a visit. I actually have an invitation for Master Diluc to cut the ribbon at a ceremony to celebrate our agency's business. Our collaboration with Dawn Winery last year was quite successful, and I was curious about your product shipment plans for the next quarter. If it's no trouble, please, also mention to Master Diluc that our agency has expanded this year, so if the winery has any additional needs, please consider us.
Master Kaeya, the apple cider you requested.
Master? Wait, pardon my foolishness, but might I inquire as to your relation to Dawn Winery?
It's more casual if you didn't hear the master.
I'm Master Krepus's adopted son, and Master Diluc's brother. However, as a serving captain with the Knights of Favonius, I am rarely at the winery.
So, adopted son, and the brother of the establishment, and a captain of Favonius. That's a lot of title you got there.
My mistake. I apologize for not realizing earlier. I do hope I have not done you a discourtesy.
I don't think there's any, so it's fine.
You may have misunderstood, Mr. Guangzhe. Though I am Master Diluc's brother, I don't actually live at Dawn Winery. I'm also a guest here today. I'm merely here receiving guests due to Elzer being temporarily indisposed. But please, don't worry. I will be sure to extend your invitation to Master Diluc.
Oh, the invitation. Yeah, invitation only for Diluc, not for him. That's why he is apologizing. Gotcha.
Thank you for your graciousness. I knew the Dawn Winery's wines were delicious, but I am only now discovering how wonderful the apple cider is. It has a clear and inviting fragrance.
Oh, and that's how you expense your thingy? You make them taste other type.
In addition to the apple cider, the winery has an extensive collection of reserve wines and liquors. I see you are also a connoisseur of fine wines, so it would be a shame not to sample some.
Bruh, Kaeya. You are trying to make excuse to taste that. Adeline trying to stop you, but it seems like it failed.
Adeline, please fetch a bottle from the reserve collection in the second floor wine locker.
Bruh, in the end.
As you wish, Master.
Adeline, I'm so sorry that you have to handle this. Bruh.
Thank you again for your most gracious hospitality. Today's trip was very fruitful. Now, allow your humble servant to take his leave.
Please, it was a pleasure. Here's hoping we'll have a chance to share some more fine wines together in the future.
The guest has left, Master Kaeya.
Well, in the end, you couldn't protect the reserve. Kaeya's plan succeeded again.
It's no skin off my nose. Master Diluc may have a few choice words when he learns of the situation, but that's all. All I really wanted to say is, you will always be a part of the Dawn Winery family, Master Kaeya.
Aw, that's awesome.
I have never considered you an outsider. No matter when, if you ever feel tired, you'll always be welcome here.
I understand, Adeline.
Oh, they look coming home.
Oh, now this is a busy day. Who's at the door this time?
It's Diluc.
Hello, everyone.
It's not,
I'm
us, sir.
back.
You're fast. What happened?
Now that was fast. How are you feeling?
The doctor said there was nothing to worry about. I just need some rest. But on the way back, I met someone who was looking for Master Kaeya.
Oh, it's Klee! That's cute! Oh, we do meet Klee.
Kaeya! Shh! Klee's here to rescue you! Come on! Let's escape!
This is cute. Kaeya, what are you rescuing Kaeya from?
Miss Honorary Knight! Are you grounded with Kaeya too?
Yeah, sure. This is cute.
Grounded? Yes, Albedo was saying something about that. Sumeru was fun, but it can't compare with Mondstadt. So here we are.
You two must have done something to make Jean mad, but that's okay.
It's so hard to tell you what is the truth, huh?
Kaeya has rescued Klee loads of times before, so when Albedo told me you came back, I went and said sorry to Jean.
Is that... Wait, Kaeya, is that your plan? That's how Klee break the thingy?
Kaeya, you're free now! We can go play together again!
Oh, if my memory serves me correctly, this child is...
This is a fully qualified Knight of Favonius, Klee.
And she is still small.
Hello, miss. I'm Klee. We're sorry. Please don't ground Kaeya.
Kaeya, what did you teach Klee?
What?
I really need to take Kaeya and Miss Honorary Knight away, so we can go find Albedo, Sucrose, Amber, and everyone else and play together.
This is cute. This is why I want Klee to be on the story.
I see. Hello, Miss Klee. You needn't worry. Master Kaeya's grounding is long over.
See, Adeline, you don't need to worry about me. I have lots of people to care for me now.
This is wholesome. No! It's like a mother, a father, and a child. What happened? Oh, I really hope this is the first ending, because my first ending is always the best and the true ending. Follow the sun, flight, flee with all your might. Wait, what? That is so cool for an ending. Dang, I love that a lot. Yeah, there are a lot of branching paths. We got 5 endings, so let's clear up this ending for once. Homecoming. Well, that's the name. Alright, tomorrow.
That works. And I guess we'll see Diluc. Let's meet at the front entrance of the Dawn Winery tomorrow.
Oh, the tomorrow you're gonna meet Diluc. The day tomorrow. Oh, I chose the wrong one. But I'm still happy that I chose the wrong one.
You made it. Come on, let's go inside. Brace yourself for some sour grapes.
What does that mean?
If you're not feeling well, then let me go this time.
Oh, so this is what happened yesterday if we didn't visit Diluc.
Oh, I'm fine. It's not serious.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not interrupting anything important.
What are you doing here today? And I see you've brought a +1.
Greetings! I'm not just a +1, excuse you?
Oh, it's nothing particularly pressing. It's just that we recently returned from Sumeru, and given how long it's been since we last visited the winery, we thought we'd drop by and say hello.
Is that it? Make yourselves comfortable then.
Oh, do you really mean that? Because my definition of comfortable happens to involve prodigious amounts of your finest wines. Speaking of which, I'm curious where you store the wine these days. Is it the same place as it always used to be?
Sounds like you're in a hurry to reach your goal. Been plotting this raid for a long time?
The goal is the wine.
Plotting a raid? Why, you misunderstand me. The truth is, a rumor happened to reach my ears recently. My informants tell me that last month, the Dawn Winery spent a large sum of mora on 2 bottles of limited edition Northland Valberry liquor. However, it turns out that they were likely just cheap knockoffs masquerading as the real thing. Of course, a teetotaler like yourself would struggle to tell the difference. So why not get a connoisseur to help you appraise the quality?
I see. I see you bought 2 new wine there. I want to see if it's fake or real. Let me taste it.
Oh, wait. But the sterling reputation of Dawn Winery is at stake. Why, if you really purchased bootleg liquor, that would be scandalous. Better to have unknown and insignificant alcohol aficionados do the taste test for you, to prevent word getting out.
Quite the story. You used that one last year. Got anything else?
Wait, does that mean Kaeya got you or no?
What? Really? I totally forgot. In that case, how about the principle of reciprocity?
So you don't have informant for this?
Here, this is for you. I bought it for you in Sumeru. And it cost a veritable mountain of mora.
You know what? Before you come here, you tell Jin it doesn't cost that much. Now you say it costs that much. Oh, that look cool though. That look awesome. That can be put on a table. Left click.
Thanks. Put it on the table.
See? I told you.
That's it? No comment whatsoever?
You want a comment? Okay then. This thing is very in line with your unique aesthetic tastes. Much like that vase over there. Elzer, fetch a bottle of this year's newest batch from the warehouse, or else someone will keep blathering on with endless excuses.
One moment, Master Kaeya. I shall fetch it immediately.
Proceed to dice.
What's wrong, Elzer? Are you okay?
My throat is a bit raspy is all. It got better after I began taking medicine, but recently it flared up again. Other than a bit of difficulty breathing now and then, it's nothing to be concerned about.
Not gonna lie, just by knowing this, I already know what Elzer needs only resting. Cause you already take medicine, it's fine, and then it come back. If that's the case, it's probably just you need a rest. That's all.
Many illnesses are caused by overwork. If you don't get enough rest, medicine alone won't solve the problem. Surely you should have long since handed over the work of the winery to Diluc by now. You can't keep being Diluc's butler. He's becoming a louse.
Actually, most of the time
he is the one that do the job.
Take some time off, Elzer. Don't put it off any longer. I'll handle the guild matters.
Oh, so it's the guild matters that he is taking off or doing.
It's important to take care of your health. You have to take it seriously. And, cavalry captain, you would do well to remember that brevity is the soul of wit.
Master Diluc, Master Kaeya, thank you both. Then I'll take my leave and rest for a few days.
Man, you coughing for some reason making me want to cough.
Enjoy your vacation. Though, before you officially clock out, let me head out the door with you. We can grab a few bottles on the way.
Oh, by the way, Frega said no. You see the, what is it called again? Fission, right? And you see on the D-Log, why does it look puny? Because that's a fake fission. There you go, fun fact, done, the end.
There's nothing quite like enjoying a quality wine while feeling the gentle breeze against your face.
Want to come, D-Log?
Normally I'd accompany you, but unfortunately I still have some pressing matters to take care of. My apologies and regards to both of you.
Really? Oh, that's a shame.
But again, Diluc don't have vision. He look like a Batman without superpower. Well, Batman don't have superpower. What am I talking about?
Where's Kaeya? Gone already?
Well, still here. What are you working on?
Right now, just the usual day-to-day winery business. But I'll be attending a meeting in Elzer's place shortly.
I see.
The meeting concerns research and development of new beverages, and involves collaboration between several different wineries. It makes more sense for me to attend anyway. Kaeya can answer any questions you might have while I'm not here. He's quite familiar with the winery.
Oh, if you're asking what is the fast that Diluc talked about earlier, this one. Anyway.
I asked Connor to select a bottle of our best. He'll bring it by shortly.
You asked Connor?
He hasn't seen you in a while. He's just happy to be able to do this for you.
Considerate as ever. Ah, Elzer, I also brought you a gift. Here, this belt buckle's for you.
Such artistry. Thank you very much indeed. I'll put it on as soon as I get home.
Glad you like it. Go on, enjoy your time off. And don't forget to see a doctor.
Very well, Master Kaeya. I'll be taking my leave now.
Elzer is a good guy, and he's very responsible. But with 1,000 different things to worry about each day, that same sense of responsibility wears him down.
Master Kaeya, your wine and an apple cider for your friend. All freshly fermented this year. Please, have a taste.
Wait, I don't...
Traveler, this one's for you.
Ah, thank you.
Oh, very clear. And a full-bodied aroma. That's rather nice.
Isn't it? This one's a little on the sweeter side, but I can go grab a dry one if you'd prefer.
No need. Sweet is just fine. Let's drink one together.
No need. I need a wine that tastes sweet and as sweet as you. Anyway.
Don't mind if I do. I haven't caught up with you like this in a long time. We used to always pour the first glass for you when cracking open a new barrel. With you gone these past few years, I've had to drink it for you.
I see.
Well, since it wasn't me harvesting the grapes, de-stemming, or crushing them, it's much more fitting that you should take the first taste.
De-stemming? Crushing? What?
It's an important step in the winemaking process.
Oh.
After harvesting the grapes, the stems have to be removed prior to fermentation, or they'll affect the quality.
The next one is you crush it with your feet.
If you'd like, Traveler, you can help us harvest some grapes. Winemaking can be quite a lot of fun.
And they need to add the grape.
It isn't nearly as exciting as he makes it sound. Your back will be in so much pain after picking grapes that you won't be able to stand up straight.
If you do that for the longest time. If it's your first time, I don't think that's the case.
Master Kaeya is right. Harvesting grapes is a back-breaking labor.
It is.
But seeing the grapes turn into grape juice, then ferment into wine, it's a fascinating experience. And every person at the winery should have a chance to share in it.
Wait, so Diluc actually helps you with the winemaking?
Oh, goodness no. Master Diluc is far too busy, not just during the day, but even at night.
Oh? And just what is Diluc always so busy with?
Well, you know, come nightfall, he's always out there, networking, and so on. Master Kaeya, you may be surprised to learn just what lengths Master Diluc is willing to go to for the sake of the business.
Connor, you're an awful liar. I hate to see you struggle.
Oh, so Master Kaeya, how do you like your drink? I remember you weren't very interested in wine when you were young.
That was the least natural seek in conversational history. Connor almost exposed the Dark Knight hero, huh? But I'm pretty sure Kyle already know about that.
That was because the adults said children weren't allowed even a drop. Don't you remember how much trouble Diluc got in that time he snuck a drink?
Ah, yes, of course. Adeline even covered for the two of you.
But on a serious note, Having grown up at a winery, I spent my childhood watching Tunner plant the grape seeds, waiting for them to ripen on the vine, harvesting them together, and waiting for the alcohol to ferment. Even though I couldn't help with making distilled spirits, watching everyone work was fascinating. How could anyone not love to drink with a childhood like that? So, let us raise a glass to wine itself, and in thanks to the gracious hospitality the winery has shown us today.
Though my drink is non-alcoholic, to our generous host.
Here, here, to Dawn Winery.
Yeah, that worked. 3 glass cling.
Speaking of wine, Connor, I have a gift for you. It's a decanter set from Sumeru.
Wait, another one? This is the second gift.
I get a present
Oh, no,
too?
no, no, Connor. Different
Thank you,
person.
Master Kaeya.
The bell is for the other one, not Connor.
Time really does fly. I still remember the days when everyone was giving you gifts at your birthday parties when you were young. Now I have wrinkles and Tunner's bent double, while Master Kaeya is the cavalry captain of the Knights of Favonius.
How is Tunner holding up?
He's still tough, but getting on in years, so some things just aren't as easy as they were. But he's used to doing things his way and doesn't trust new employees to do it for him. A lot of the temporary workers I hired quit because they couldn't handle how picky he was. Master Kaeya, if you have time, why not go talk to him about it? You're probably the only person he'll listen to besides Master D-Luke.
I definitely owe him a visit. I haven't seen him in some time, and I do have fond memories of the days when he was teaching me to pick grapes.
The art of winemaking is fascinating. Would you like to try and learn?
No. But yeah, I already know, but I also don't want to know. You know what I mean? I just want them to add some grape. If they add
Take it
grape
easy.
in the game, can you just pick up some grape here? Will that be allowed?
Busy day today, Tunner?
Oh, Master Kaeya, you're back. No, I'm not at all busy. I just spend my hours watching the grapes growing on the vine. They're growing wonderfully this year. A few rows are almost ripe. We've already begun harvesting them these past few days, so that'll keep me occupied. Sit, sit. After we're done picking, I'll bring a few bunches over for you to try.
No need. We were just drinking with Connor, and our stomachs are so full of wine that we couldn't eat a bite.
What about your friend? Doesn't she want to try?
Thank you!
Allow me to introduce the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius.
Ah, the honorary knight in the flesh. There are so many talented people in the Knights of Favonius. You all have bright futures ahead of you.
Harvesting grapes is hard work. Let me help you. Do you still remember how I used to help out when we were short-handed?
I believe I do. In that case, I'm counting on you.
Alright, I'll help too.
What's this? Everyone's clamoring to do manual labor? Well, suits me. More help is always appreciated. Come with me, young lass. I'll tell you which grapes are ripe enough, and you can pick them.
Alright, we are picking on the grapes. Oh, does it work again?
Happy to have another helper. Now, let's go pick some grapes.
I really hope they add grapes to the game. Dang. Ripe grapes. Ripe grapes.
You have nimble hands, lassie. Master Kaeya wasn't nearly so careful when he was young. He mangled so many his first time. What a waste.
I see, I see. What does the grapes look like? I mean, they already got the design. They just need to add it. Oh, it actually looks pretty. Nice. Alright, this is your grapes. Paimon say what?
Fortunately, the young master has a good head on his shoulders.
Very Paimon.
Didn't take long for him to get up to speed. And now he's turned into such an outstanding young man. Polite and kind. If I had a son as exceptional as Kaeya, oh, I would be the happiest man in Mondstadt.
Oh, I see Kaeya there. I see, I see. Did Paimon about to say anything, or is it because there's like a van quest that's going on? What happened? Do I have to follow? I do have to follow you. Man, you're so fast. Alright, Grabs. Do you want me to carry you? I can carry you 1,000 miles away. It's a lie though. pick up some grapes. Oh, here. There are more.
There's a few more rows of grapes up ahead.
Thank you.
Let's finish picking them together.
Careful
not to damage the grapes when you pinch the stem.
I'm sure. Where is it? I cannot actually see it. I think I have to wait for the grants. Right. Oh, it's here. Boing.
These grapes look excellent. You're a fast learner.
Yes. It looks shiny. The only shiny one is pickable one. I need to talk to Kaeya.
I'll take them. Good job. Master Kaeya left the winery and moved to Mondstadt. Just like my own son, Guy. He left home to join the Knights of Favonius too.
By the way, yeah, his son is named Guy. And the Favonius, yeah, one of the Favonius. It's not like, yeah, my own son, yeah, the guy, yeah, that guy. So, no.
I don't know him like Miss Adeline or Master Diluc do, but I know that no matter how old your child gets, they always need a home they can come back to.
Ah.
And without family by your side, you at least need the companionship of friends.
Ah, understanding parents.
I've been working here for decades and watched him grow up with my own 2 eyes. Sometimes I get the sense that there is something bothering him. Something deep-rooted.
And with the daily quest commission, we learn what bothering him.
But he guards his secrets closely. Or perhaps he just doesn't want to involve us. After all, I doubt that we could help him.
Well, he want to help you.
I can see that you have a good relationship with Master Kaeya. Please look after him. He's very dear to us.
I think Kaeya is much stronger than you might imagine. But I'll take... I don't think I can take care of people.
That he is, yes. I do still think of him as a child. It takes time for an old man's mind to adjust.
Kaeya is an important friend to me, so it's fine. Also, awesome grandpa here.
Wonderful, wonderful. Knowing that he has a friend like you, we here at the winery can be happy for him.
You're looking very happy, Tunner. Was the traveler telling you some jokes?
Yes, the grape look grabby. For me to grab.
No jokes. I've received a letter from my son, Guy. He's really going places. I'm so delighted. Master Kaeya, honorary knight. My eyesight is fading in my old age. Could you read it out for me?
Of course.
Thank you both.
Ending. The end. We're just standing there. Oh, that look cute. Let's see what Guy has written. The name. Alright, let's talk to Kaeya and then continue to the next one.
Winery rules state that whoever picks the most grapes without damaging them gets to drink the first glass from the new batch.
And that's why you're picking it so fast. Oh, that's very lot. Alright, with that, let's continue to the next quest. Okay, we can chill out together so you can relax without getting bored.
I'm honored to have such a caring friend. Let's go to the plaza in front of the cathedral. We can listen to the bards playing or feed the pigeons. After so long in Sumeru, I've begun to miss that slow-paced and relaxed atmosphere. There's no rush. We can take our time and stroll on over.
Gotcha. He know that I'm just gonna TP.
Port Ormos is always lively, even late into the night. People there go to bed much later than I imagined. Quite a stark contrast with Mondstadt. People pray and play music in the cathedral plaza during the day, but come nighttime, the streets are deserted except for the knights on patrol.
Which lifestyle do you prefer? For me, I prefer my own lifestyle. I'm guessing it's Mondstadt.
Good question. Life in Sumeru is never dull. Last time I was out drinking on the street at night, some passing mercenaries invited me to dance.
Oh.
Although, I did learn later that that kind of thing is highly unusual even there. They must have been in a very good mood that night.
Are you sure it's not from Fontaine?
They taught me a lot of songs that they usually sing during feasts. It really was a fun night. But be that as it may, I think I'm more suited to the free and easy life in Mondstadt. Simple, honest folks like me, we don't need much to be content.
Can you even hear what you're saying? Are you serious? That interesting.
Fair enough. Let's shelve that discussion for now. Have you ever had a chance to hear the cathedral choir before?
What?
The hymns they sing are a whole tradition in their own right. Quite different from the folk songs that the bards play.
Oh, it sounds very interesting.
Well, let's see if we can catch them today.
Catch them?
Sister Grace is right there, so we can ask her about the choir's schedule.
We can catch them today. Kidnap them. Sister, we are here. Hello. How are you?
Excuse me, Sister Grace. Does the church choir have any performances coming up soon?
Oh, I'm so sorry. The hymn concert we previously announced has unfortunately been pushed back.
Oh? What's the story there?
As you probably know, Captain Kaeya, we've been trying to organize an amateur choir in addition to the regular church choir.
Ah, yes. I heard about that. I believe the plan was ultimately to have different choirs who can take turns to perform hymn concerts.
Yes, exactly. Well, it turns out there are plenty of believers who are good singers and interested in joining a choir. So, in theory, it should have been a simple case of getting everyone in the same room, then practice, practice, practice.
But
For some reason, the rehearsals are going terribly. I don't understand it. Everyone in the choir has a basic level of musical literacy, but they sound awful together. It's like everyone's trying to do their own thing. There's no group harmony.
oh, I see. Yeah, that is the problem.
Oh, maybe I'm just not musically gifted enough to give them the guidance they need.
No, I don't think it's your fault.
Captain Kaeya, I know you like listening to hymns. How good is your understanding of vocal music?
Me? Music is far from my forte. But if you need some help, then don't worry. I know an expert who's more than up to the task.
I'm gonna be surprised if you ask Fenty for help.
Thank you so much, Captain Kaeya. Having some expert guidance will definitely be a great help.
Okay, so who are we asking?
I'm sure you've figured out who this expert is already.
Fenty?
He has the best singing voice of any poet in Mondstadt, and understands poetry better than any other singer.
So it is Fenty.
Plus, he's exceptionally easy to find. 9 out of 10 times, he's in the tavern.
Yeah, it is Fenty. The tavern part just give it away.
Thank you both so much. Having some expert guidance will definitely be a great help.
You're welcome. Alright, I actually miss Fenty as well. You know us
Good
from the
day.
wind?
Drinking alone? I hope you don't mind us joining you.
Hello, Fenty!
Hello, hello! Please, take a seat. We're all friends here.
Patton, 1 moonlit alley and an apple cider.
Okay, if you treat Fenty for a wine, Fenty will help. Easy. So what bring you guys here?
Ooh, excellent choices. Come on, let's have a toast and drain our glasses together.
I forgot Fenty got a free will.
Here's to the time spent drinking with friends, which is more unforgettable than the drinks are delectable.
Ever the poet, Professor Venti. A beautiful toast from the bard with the most.
Oh, that's awesome. Nice.
Any new songs of yours we could listen to? There's a real dearth of quality entertainment at the moment, since the cathedral's choir performance has been delayed again. Speaking of which, I trust you've heard Sister Grace's choir perform before?
That is a way to make the topic goes there.
Of course! Though the format is a little on the formal side, they do sing quite beautifully. Very pleasant to listen to.
So you'd say you enjoy listening to hymns?
Let me think. Well, however it's expressed, as long as you can hear the singer's passion and joy in their voice, I consider it a phenomenal performance.
By the way, just to put it out there, again, Fenty is a god. Fenty know you in and out. So, Fenty probably already see this coming.
Passion and joy, huh?
Was
An
maybe.
intriguing perspective. By this logic, I suppose Lord Barbados would also enjoy the choir's performances.
Still wondering if Kaeya know about this or not.
Oh? And why is that?
Think about it. It's only because of his patient guidance and protection that the people of Mondstadt can now sing such beautiful hymns in the cathedral.
Oh, I just noticed some. Never mind. Leah don't know their gods, but other than Mondstadt and Leah, everybody know their own gods, like Raiden Shogun, Nahida, and then the Fontaine later on. So are they going to make people know Fenty and Zhongli?
It must be quite satisfying for him to hear a joyful people lift up their voices in song.
Yes, well, that's a beautiful image filled with hope. But actually, maybe Barbados himself doesn't give it so much thought.
You don't say.
In principle, the hymns of the cathedral are dedicated to a god. But in reality, the audience are all ordinary people with very worldly concerns. So what really matters is that the people enjoy what they're listening to.
If Sister Grace was able to see things that way, perhaps she wouldn't feel so distressed.
Huh? Distressed? About what?
Well, about the choir not doing stuff together.
Ugh, she might be asking a bit too much. To be honest, if they have a natural talent for music, they should just be allowed to sing whatever they want. It'll all sound good.
Even if they aren't singing the same tune? Wait, what?
I'm pretty sure the first people to sing songs to the Animo Archon weren't all singing the same tune.
You are not pretty sure. You know about it. I see. So when people sing song to you, that's what happened. Ah.
Besides, he is the god of freedom. Surely he'd prefer to hear Mondstadters sing their hearts out however comes naturally to them.
I hate that we know who Fenty is. I hate it. I literally hate it.
Well, to each their own, I say. But Sister Grace seems quite bothered by the whole thing. If only a kind soul with a deep understanding of poetry and music could help her. Patton?
More drinks?
Uh-oh. I only brought enough money for one bottle today. I'll have to pass.
But, like Kaeya said, if only can help, you know?
Another bottle of apple cider for Venti, please, Patton. My treat.
Wow! Thanks, Kaeya. You are one of the finest students ever to emerge from my fast-track love poetry class. I always did admire your enthusiasm and kindness.
Oh, that's interesting. So that's why you know some poetry.
With the aid of this bottle, a humble bard's woes are whisked away on the wind. And so it falls to this humble bard to pass the blessing on to another.
So you're gonna help them do the choir. Gotcha.
Then this is probably the single most worthwhile alcohol purchase I've ever made. With your help, Sister Grace's problems are as good as solved.
Oh, by the way, Fenty did have introduced himself on the church, or on the, yeah, you know where, that Fenty is the Barbados, but again, if a mere human show up and you didn't know this is a god, who is going to believe you, right? So yeah. So Fenty have tried. In Fenty's defense, Fenty have actually tried to do that, but well, again, the sisters doesn't believe Fenty.
Sister Grace is a devout follower of the Animo Archon. Perhaps it's her depth of devotion that causes her to worry too much about the smallest things.
Don't worry. Just wait a moment. I'll go find her. Right after I finish this cider. The next time you visit her, our sweet sister shall be sad no more.
Nice. You say your farewell after enjoying some fine wine. Is that it? That's not it, Fenty. Ah, what happened?
Kaeya is a wily character, but free wine is always the most delicious.
You know you can always refuse.
It's fine. I mean, the church's choral hymns aren't exactly my strong suit, what with all the finicky formalities and so on. But as long as there is love for music in the air, I'm sure I'll be able to help.
Okay, it sounds like it will actually take a lot of work now. You know nothing? You're not just doing it for the wine?
Hey, if I'm happy and Sister Grace is happy and the audience is happy, that's a great thing, isn't it?
Sure? Question mark?
Hello, Sister Grace. How are the rehearsals going?
Captain Kaeya, your bard friend has a few suggestions that are somewhat fanciful in nature.
Hmm?
Fanciful in the sense of not worth adopting? Is that what you mean?
What are your thoughts?
Everyone in the choir loves to sing, but they're used to singing their favorite songs.
You are telling them to sing their own favorite song.
Suddenly asking them to sing in perfect harmony like a church choir with years of experience is just too difficult. So, why ask them to adjust to the demands of those staid old church hymns when you could just create a new song for them?
Oh.
One that they'll be able to grasp quickly? If you want, I could help.
I see the fan. Gotcha.
Church choirs typically stick to traditional hymns. This is certainly an innovative idea. What's stopping you from considering it, Sister Grace?
While I don't expect a recently established amateur choir to perform on par with our own church choir, this would be a major departure from tradition. I'm just not convinced that it's appropriate.
It's definitely appropriate for the gods.
Is the Church of Favonius really such a stickler for tradition? Giving believers the chance to express themselves freely seems like it would be a very positive thing. So Venti, do you think the Animo Archon would like to hear a new melody?
Of course! This was the wish of the people when New Mondstadt was first founded.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, well let's see what our other friend thinks. Traveler, what are your thoughts?
I, for one, am inclined to agree with Fenty's understanding of Barbados. The audience might take some time to get new song.
Another vote of confidence. Maybe there's hope for this idea yet.
Cause the Barbados thyself say it, literally.
Maybe it's just a generational thing, but... Oh, well, it's not a completely unreasonable idea. I suppose it can't hurt to try.
Looks like we're all in favor then, so let's start preparing. Sister Grace, could we trouble you to inform the choir members?
Of course. I'll tell them now, and then we'll give this a try.
Should we find some people to help us compose the lyrics? If this is to be a new song of the people, then the more fresh ideas we have, the better.
Good idea. Let's split up and find some contributors, Traveler.
What should I say to them? And also, who should I go look for?
Let me think. Since we're composing a song, we should try and recruit at least one person who understands music.
Barbara?
Aha, I know. Sister Grace, how would you feel about us asking Sister Barbara to provide her input?
You don't say.
Given that the idea is to write a song dedicated to Lord Barbados, I'm sure Sister Barbara would be very willing.
Perfect. Traveler, why don't you head into the cathedral and invite Sister Barbara to join us? I'll look for another friend who's interested in helping us.
Okay. I don't mind meeting friends, as always, so yeah.
Got it! With this melody, it'll be much more expressive.
Okay, and you keep thinking on that. I love how you are standing in front of your... Doesn't it look familiar at all, by the way? Yeah, it's like... It literally looked like Fenty. Why? Bruh, how did people are so like... Don't know that is the Barbados. I don't even get it anymore. Sure, yeah. Every single Archon always got their own vision color on their hair. So, you know. Oh, Barbara, you're here.
Let the wind lead. Traveler, it's been a long time since I last saw you in the cathedral.
Hey, Barbara, just the person I was looking for. I have unusual request.
Fortunately, I have some time to spare at the moment. What is it?
Will you be my helper? Help me, please. About the new song.
Oh, I see. What an interesting idea. The hymns we know today have been passed down to us through the ages. Very few people would ever think to create a new one, but as long as we put our hearts into it and write with reverence and devotion, perhaps our new song can become part of the tradition that is passed on and bring joy to future generations.
Smart. Barbara is more open-minded.
I never imagined that the bard would come up with such an amazing suggestion. I'd really love to be a part of this.
We're having a discussion in the plaza now. Would you like to join Well, the bard thyself is the one thyself, but you know.
Sure. Let's go there together right now.
Alright. I love how they actually put everybody on the story.
Ah, you're here.
You took your sweet time.
Hey, Dana!
Psh, I've seen Kaeya play Genius Invocation TCG, making up a bunch of baloney to distract his opponents. He's a trickster, plain and simple. So now, I gotta check with you guys to see if what he's saying is true.
Got it, so you got distracted. I see.
Can we really write about anything we want in this song? Even the evils of Mondstadt's wine industry?
The god thyself love wine. I don't know.
And is the choir really gonna perform it publicly? So everyone on the streets will hear it?
Do you think she can really write about that?
I don't think anything's off limits. I thought it was a fun idea anyway.
Then I want to write this. All booze hounds will be punished harshly by Lord Barbados.
Sorry, my heart. My heart.
That's a very novel idea indeed.
Even though you talk about the person in front of them, they will sneeze. I love how it's just like Lord Barbados and Fenty sneeze.
I'm used to just humming to myself while I work. So after Sister Grace criticized us for not singing in harmony, I was planning on quitting the choir.
Wow.
I never thought we'd be able to just sing what we wanted. What a relief.
Plus, we get to write a song with Sister Barbara. I'm so honored.
Oh no, not Arthur, not you again, NPC number 10.
Thank you, everyone. Why don't we start by picking a theme for this song?
I agree. Traditionally speaking, the theme should be Praise be to the gentle and loving Lord Barbados.
For his people or for the wine? Which one?
I expect that Professor Venti might feel that topic is overdone and lacks originality, and that it may not be to Lord Barbados's liking.
I have a feeling Kaeya actually know about Fenty being the,
That's Kaeya for you. Got it in one. I'd suggest that everyone start by thinking of the little things in life that bring you joy. Ooh, well then can I praise the perfect fish head soup my mom cooked last night?
Huh? Yeah, sure. Stop putting the perfect fish.
Of course you can.
I think I'd like to rejoice in the precious days spent together with family.
Aw.
Let us praise Mondstadt, the city that allows us to sing freely.
See? Already we have lots of wonderful ideas. Let's write them down. And then Kaeya can... Kaeya?
Kaeya is gone. Kaeya is gone. It's the end. Kaeya is gone. Let's say I can talk to you guys first.
What should I sing about?
Home of the Windborn. What do you think of that?
Whoa, your voice is good.
Surely the song should at least mention Lord Barbados.
I don't know.
Okay, everyone. Write your ideas down once you've got something. And then we'll open it up for a group discussion.
Barbara, little did you know, the Lord Barbados that you love a lot is in front of you.
I think the song should express the joy of being together with family.
Should I write about fish head soup or Liyue grilled fish?
Why, this sounds fishy. Anyway, what happened to Kaeya? I love how Fenty is searching for Kaeya and all of a sudden just turned to that. Kaeya, what happened?
What are you doing here? Didn't want to participate in the discussions?
You're not participating?
I just wanted to take you to hear a performance.
Oh.
But that obviously didn't happen, thanks to the problems with the choir rehearsals. The rehearsals are now back on track, so I've done my part. If I stay here any longer, I'll probably get roped into singing with them.
Not gonna lie, I don't mind hearing it.
I'd rather it didn't come to that. My songwriting abilities are limited.
Here you are helping other people out when we are supposed to be kicking back and relaxing. Perhaps this is your way of relaxing?
If doing nothing but loitering on the plaza enjoying the scenery all day is the only way to relax, Then I suppose I didn't get to relax.
Oh.
But that would get boring after a while. To me, it's more fun to wander around, see what's happening, and insert myself into interesting situations. Besides, can you be so sure I didn't have something to gain from helping Sister Grace with her choir rehearsal dilemma these past few days?
Oh, I spy 2 naughty students skipping class, and they just so happen to be the very 2 who asked me to help Sister Grace in the first place.
Yeah, you see, what are you gonna do? Blow me away?
We're ready to review and discuss everyone's lyric contributions now. Hey, why is it that you look like you're trying to run away?
Yeah.
I still recall the teachings of Professor Venti. The Animo Archon cares not about how moving the people's songs of praise are, but rather whether or not the song comes from the heart.
Running away comes from the heart.
With so many true believers gathered together earnestly writing a song for him, I'm sure the Animo Archon is watching on and feels very satisfied. That's what a song of worship is all about. So, mission accomplished.
And that's the reason you've decided to leave?
Slipping away before the final verse is sung, before the poet has uttered the last line, before everything has concluded. I don't know. Something about it just resonates with me.
You just think writing poetry is too much trouble, that's all. You're just embarrassed to sing.
Oh no. You've seen right through me.
Wow, that was a craftily crafted speech. I almost fell for it.
Fetty's face.
But to share all this with a group of friends, only to find myself one friend short before the final verse is sung, before the poet has uttered the last line, before everything has concluded, I don't know. Something about it just irritates me.
And it also irritates Lord Barbados, perhaps. I see.
If you don't want to write a poem, then let me gift you one. Abandoned to whatever fortune the cruel waters bring, bereft of control, directionless I swing.
Oh, that's cool. Next.
The swift currents surge, and onward I urge, through the snow and frost that fall and winter bring. Majestic waves cresting, surf roaring its tail, none but the ocean to hear as I sing. The stars in my eyes as I chart toward the horizon, that into one day from the endless dome of night I shall spring. If you are a chaser of freedom, the Animo Archon will bless you. So why not let those feelings out and sing with everyone?
That's nice poem.
A boat that has come unmoored will not get lost in the night, but sail towards the dawn. A beautiful image.
Of course, you don't have to believe in it, but the winds of Mondstadt will guide every lost ship back to safe harbor.
Oh, this is for the other ending, I see. That's why, like I said, Fenty probably helped this merchant from Leah. That's how, the boat is, still normal and not sank down.
Well, after a fine poem like that, it would be plain rude of me not to rejoin you.
Let's head back together. You two of all people have to be there for the grand finale.
We're the closest to you, question mark? I don't know. I'm the closest, yay. With that, this is awesome if I'm a girl. Anyway, if you're a chaser of freedom, why not sing with everyone? Familiar face, far away palace. There you go. Alright, the ending is here. Do you wanna stop and see the show?
Actually, yes. I saw some guards do a musical performance when I was traveling with their caravan in Sumeru. They were desert dwellers. So are these actors. And I think I actually recognize one of them. Come on, let's go watch.
Alright. I forgot I can read their heart. We're on Sumeru.
Your Majesty, not only has God bestowed the throne upon you, but your beloved son, Prince Kubad, has led our brave warriors to victory against Frasyav's army. His men have laid down their arms and fled. Frasyav's brazen ambition is no more. He has bowed his head and now presents to your Majesty an offering of treasures and hostages, as well as a plea for peace. My king, this battle has finally restored the dignity of our people. Moreover, with Frasyav's offer of land comes the opportunity to expand our borders, as your Majesty so greatly wishes. His Highness the Prince and I believe this peace settlement will be a great boon to our nation. It is for this reason alone that I have removed my armor and made haste back to our halls from the front lines. My king, what say you to this proposal?
I love how it's like made haste on each other.
Ah, it's the tale of Prince Kubad. Ever heard this one?
Nope, never.
Don't worry, I still remember the general plot. Let me fill you in on the background while the king deliberates. The main characters are the brilliant Prince Kubad and his war-hungry father, King Kabus. The one talking to the king right now is Gundafar, the prince's tutor. When the prince was young, the king was deceived by a malicious rumor that the prince had mistreated his stepmother. He demanded that the prince walk through a blazing fire to prove his innocence. Miraculously, the prince emerged unscathed, thus proving his innocence. But the seeds of doubt had already been sown in the king's mind. Now uneasy in the presence of his mistrustful father, the prince requested to be sent away to the battlefield where he would fight against Frasiev's army. That's the enemy general we heard them mention just now. This is the part where the prince has won the war and decided to forge a peace with the rival nation. He wrote a letter recommending peace to his father. Oh, it looks like the king's made up his mind. Let's keep watching.
Is it bad to say that this is why I failed my history class? I don't pay attention.
Frosiev lost because he did not have the blessing of God. Our God will always watch over us and punish our enemies. Once the bells of war have begun to toll, they shall not cease until the blood of our enemies fills the land. There can be no victory until the last enemy soldier has fallen. If Kubad still wishes to be my son and hold the intaglio I bestowed upon him as proof of his royal blood, then he must obey my command.
Your Majesty, I must caution that a nation destroyed is not a fallen city writ large. Now, the loss of one city strikes fear into the hearts of our enemies, compelling them to accept defeat and cede land in exchange for peace.
I wonder if this story is like about something important at all.
If, however, we insist on bringing a whole nation to its knees, then so long as a single person is left standing, they will see us as their sworn enemy, and one day return to us tenfold the pain that we have inflicted on their nation and family. My king, a people is to their nation as wild grass to the open prairie. Though we burn down the whole field and spare not one blade of grass, roots continue to grow unseen beneath the surface. Come the spring, it is all but inevitable that fresh green shoots will rise up from the ashes.
Cease, Gundafar. Your mind grows dull in your old age, filled with naive delusions. We shall have no more need of you on the battlefield. As for my son Kubad, I will summon him back to the capital, so he may be tried by a court-martial.
What are you saying, my noble king? Why must you mistrust your own flesh and blood and sink ever deeper into the blight of hatred? When he was falsely accused, you once doubted his honor and made him walk through a raging fire. Did he not prove himself worthy by emerging unharmed from the flames?
People that live in the country probably know this story. I got zero idea what's happening.
Now you would turn me away when I seek only to provide the wisdom of counsel. What is the justification for this?
The justification is that my word, not yours, is the law of the land. Cease and be gone, Gundafar, so you may spend the rest of your days with your wife.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Seems like a good thing.
What has become of the king that I served with my life? Fanaticism has robbed him of all reason and wisdom. Peace is surely the most favorable path for our nation, yet he refuses to accept it.
I must think of a way to seize control of the army back from the hands of my wayward son, that they might continue the fight to the end. Perhaps the first task should be this. I shall send a loyal contingent of warriors to eliminate Frosiev and the hostages he has sent to our palace.
What the heck? Huh?
Brilliant acting, Darbil.
I saw you approaching us in the middle of the scene. I was worried that my performance would be subpar and you'd think I was just making a fool of myself.
Not at all. Far from it. Actually, let me introduce you. This is Darbil, the actor for King Kabus.
Ah, I see.
When we first got to know each other, he was still a guard for one of the merchant caravans. Seems like he's now made the switch to full-time acting.
Oh, hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Any friend of Kaeya's is a friend of mine. To be perfectly honest, I wasn't making all that much as a mercenary. It felt right to me to get away from the danger and live a more stable life. I was already pretty good at telling stories, so I just recruited a few friends and started performing shows all over the country.
All over countries? Crazy.
Full disclosure, we had to put this little stage together using whatever wood and cloth we could borrow. It's really low budget.
Oh, that's sad. Wait, so does that mean this story is not from Sumeru?
Anyway, we're all good enough at acting to get through the motions, but none of us are any good at coming up with a script. Everything we tried to write just sounded off somehow. So I got a student from the academia to adapt an old story I knew to make it more appealing to our audience.
Oh, it's from Sumeru.
What do you think? Passable?
I could tell that you've had someone tighten up the lines. They turned out very nicely.
Ah, that's good. Well, as you can see, even now, we still don't have much of an audience. Don't suppose you'd be interested to see the rest of the show?
I feel like Darville is literally talking about me. What are you trying to say? Me not streaming? Huh? Huh, buddy? Anyway.
Sure, why not? I don't have anything pressing lined up. And I don't think the Traveler does either.
I do. Special announcement 4.0. They just released the code.
Tickets for 2, please. How much would that be?
There's no need for tickets. You could just get some food from Jafar Tavern. We've worked out an arrangement with them. We've actually found a sponsor for this performance, too. He's not too happy about the poor turnout, though. I doubt we'll be able to keep him for the next performance. A real pity. But what can you do, huh?
Darbil Asgar still hasn't shown up for the next scene. We should get his costume and sword out so they'll be ready to go the moment he gets here.
My apologies. I have to get ready for the upcoming scene. I'll see you from the stage.
Rashmiel, how are you?
That Outlander sure is easy on the eyes.
What?
Would you two like to order some food? What can I get you? If you're looking for recommendations, today's special is the tandoori roast chicken.
Ah, bear with us a moment. We're just going to take a look at the menu.
How did you become friend with him?
I was at Port Ormos discussing some business opportunities, and some crook was trying to pull a fast one on me. Darbil took pity on me and politely asked him to make himself scarce.
Oh, I see. Oh, so this is... I love how every ending, by the way, connected to each other. Yeah, remember when Jin said you're quick, thinking on that situation? That helped? Yeah.
He's a good guy. A decent storyteller, too. Quite an interesting character. There's a lot of fun to be had if you hang around interesting people doing interesting things. Especially if you're in the company of an interesting friend.
Everything is just interesting.
That's my secret formula for staying in a good mood. Try it out sometime. You'll see what I mean. Thanks for waiting. We're ready to order now. We'll take you up on that tandoori roast chicken. And let's throw in some desserts, too. 1 each of the rose custard, that talumba, and the patisara pudding, please. That should see us through the show.
Okay. Oh, it's not me. Why did I say okay?
That Outlander sure is easy on the eyes.
What does that mean?
Your food's on the way. It'll just be a few more minutes.
Okay, thank you. It's interesting how you can serve a lot of food with that stall.
Everyone hold it?
There are worse ways to pass the time than watching a little outdoor theater. Too bad I already know the story. Having the Traveler here will help keep things interesting, though. And being close to where the action's happening is always exciting.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know they're still here.
I see everything.
Wait, what? I can't read. What happened?
God only knows. It's not the first time he's done this, either.
Who? Who is he? Wait, what? What do you mean by what? I mean, the god is here.
Hey!
Oh, there you go.
Good heavens, these lines are a bit much. Who talks like this in real life? Guess this is the wisdom of the academia in action.
Well, it is.
No matter how you look at it, life as an actor is more stable than life as a mercenary.
Ah.
Where in the 7 nations is that little twerp? The next scene is about to begin.
It's not Dory.
We've got good seats. Close to the stage, but also not too crowded.
Will it be crowded?
We can watch the show as we eat. If I remember correctly, the next scene should focus on the prince. But I won't spoil it for you. You have to experience it for yourself.
Sound like the story has made quite an impression on you. Do you like it?
You could say that. It's always stayed with me because it's hammered home a cruel but realistic truth.
I see.
People do not choose where and when to be born. Yet the circumstances of their birth define the choices that they will have for the rest of their life.
Taking some wise word here.
Here you are. The check's on the table, too. Just call me over when you're ready to settle up.
No need. I'll pay up front. Here. Keep the change.
Thank you, sir. Oh, but this is too generous.
Call it a token of my gratitude for the excellent service. The food all smells wonderful, too. So please pass my compliments to the chef.
Thank you so much, sir.
Let's dig in, traveler.
Alrighty. Who is the chef?
Hey, Kaeya. I'm so sorry, but the actor who plays the prince has run into some difficulties and won't be able to make it.
I'm not gonna be surprised if Kaya's the one that,
We
play
can't
the
do
act.
the rest of the show without him, so I'm really, really sorry, but we'll have to call the show right here.
It's too bad that we won't see the end of the story. Can you use an understudy? What is understudy? Can Kaeya fill in for him? I knew it.
Ooh, that would be fun. I wouldn't say no.
Are you going to use that outfit, the thief one from the summer? I was kidding, but okay.
Darbil, would you lose any income if I were to mess this up?
Not really. I mean, there's not much of an audience here anyway. I wouldn't want to take too much of your time, though.
Don't worry about that. I like to be spontaneous now and then. Spice things up a little.
Let me think. Well, you already know the story, so you just need to memorize a few lines. You know what? This might actually work. Wait, but Kuban has a specific costume he's supposed to wear, and there's no way you'd fit into it. Switching actors is one thing, but wearing street clothes on stage would really ruin the immersion. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work.
Well, good thing that I've actually got a costume with me. It goes pretty well with your stage, too.
Yeah, it's the summer outfit. Nice.
You're kidding. Can you show it to me?
Sure. If you can show me the way to your changing room?
It's in the restaurant. Follow me.
For people that missed the event. Oh, I mean, yeah, the outfit is still on sale, but no discount or not free. But yeah, we already know this outfit. It's a summer one. Nice little show here. Awesome, okay.
Gotta say, I think I actually look pretty dapper in this. It's a pity I don't have many opportunities to wear it in public.
Because if people see you wear that's like, who the heck? Yeah, it's like just too out. But again, this is the one that we got from summer. The summer's still here, so feel free to clear it and get free outfit. But if you miss it, well, it's gone. It's not going to be an event. Again, there's a different entire map for this as well, so you are such a show-off, but you do look pretty good. I never knew you were so fake.
Uh-oh, not a fan of me as a prince?
Nope.
I'll have to act my heart out so you'll be too dazzled to make any digs.
Kaeya, here's your script for the
That's
next
also
scene.
wrong.
It's not too long, but you also don't have very long to prepare. Do you think you can memorize your lines in time?
Only one way to find out.
Try it. If you forgot, you can. Kaeya is good at
Okay, I think we've covered all your
improvisation.
lines and
What is it called?
movements on stage. You haven't had long to prepare, so don't worry about forgetting your lines. We'll remind you.
Also, again, Kaeya can just make a new one out of nowhere.
All right, I'm good to go.
Great. Then let's get this show on the road.
Just give me a shout if you need anything else.
Oh, okay. I don't need anything else. We'll just watch this. Waiting. Holding.
General Kubat, son of Kabus, the fate of this battle is clear.
How would it that mere NPC turn into whatever looking? Huh? It's not just your looks, you also look muscular. What?
I beg you, please spare my few remaining men. They no longer have the strength to fight back.
Frasyav, though you now lead only the husk of a once mighty army,
Music change.
I have no desire to crush your dignity. Even your most savage warriors have no desire to see further bloodshed, and none among your ranks have opposed these peace talks. Nevertheless, I must hear it from you one final time.
Kaeya lover screaming right meow.
General Frasyav, do you agree to sign a treaty in good faith and commit from this day forth to peace between our nations?
Yeah, you can live in pieces as well. Also, I don't want to crush your dignity because I'm trying to crush you. What?
With my army in ruins, I am in no position to do otherwise. But on this, I give you my word.
Vengeance will be mine.
Yes, let us end our hostilities and send our surviving men home to their families.
We share the desire to lay down our arms for good and liberate our hearts from the dirge of hatred. Then as God above is our witness, by the authority vested in me by this intaglio of King Caboose, I hereby declare that I will spare your hostages and what remains of your army. May peace be restored to this land, and may these fields of war become a place where crops grow aplenty. My tutor, Gundafar, has already made haste to my father, the king, with the recommendation of a truce. It is my sincere hope that he will see that peace as a path to prosperity and grant me his blessing.
Prince Kubad, your name is renowned throughout your land and ours. I will place my hope in your words.
One will find on a battlefield no master of ceremonies, nor the paper on which a treaty may be signed. In their absence, let us raise our weapons and swear an oath. I, Kubad, son of Caboose, hereby pledge protection to you and all of your kin. May the oceans be stained red with my blood if I am ever to renounce this oath.
Wow, your friend is so dreamy. He's not a real prince by any chance, is he?
Okay, yeah, someone is the hardest move. Also, that's cool. I was about to say like Kaeya got a cool action there, but wow.
Hey, Rashana, you don't want to miss this. The good-looking guy who left that huge tip is acting on stage with Darbel's troupe.
Darbel's one lucky man.
I return, Your Highness. I hope I'm not too late. Have you already promised peace to Frasyav?
I love how they talk like that. I'm pretty sure in the end he want to recruit Kaeya, but that's not possible.
Nay, I am not so rash as to preempt my father's blessing.
Nay.
I promised only what I could so far, the safety of his kin.
My child, I must share with you the gravest news. Caboose has become blinded by fanaticism and hatred, and will stop at nothing to vanquish every last man under Frasyav's lead.
How can this be? You mean to say that my father has rejected our proposal for peace?
He has indeed. I urged him to reconsider, and for this I was rebuked and dismissed from his service. But far stricter punishment than this awaits you, should you return home with your troops. Please heed my warnings, dear child. I dare not imagine what unspeakable atrocities your father intends to commit.
Nay, the truce must stand. I cannot renounce my oath. How can man claim to stand above beast without remaining true to his word?
Uh-oh. Stabbing my father and take control. Easy. Wait, what?
The masses have grown weary of death and conflict in both our nation and theirs. Are we all now to bend to his will and massacre countless more to satisfy a desire that is his alone? When I departed my beloved home to fight in a foreign land, I did so to honor his wishes and for my duty to our people. Alas, is this fate's grand design? Is this fate's grand design?
Oh, you actually forgot. I was like, wait, what? You actually forgot.
Kaeya, the next line is, alas, is this fate's grand design, that I should spend the rest of my days in a foreign land, till I am laid to rest in a grave far from home?
I thought it's laid by others, what?
Must it be so?
Huh? Wait, that's not part of the script. Kaeya, did you not hear me?
Hey, you're not supposed to. Kaeya again, good at,
My dear audience, I ask you this. Do you believe in fate? If fate decreed that your life was to end in tragedy, what would you do?
Oh, that's ooh. What is that? That's cool. What is that? Why did he just throw the prop to me? Huh? What? Seems like you with the audience. Guess I should play along. I'll bravely face my fate. I'll challenge my fate and rise above it.
Oh? Then so must it be. Yes, so must it be.
Oh, so to make it look more interesting, you do this.
I shall discard this intaglio and rid myself of the shackles of fate.
Wait, but that's not... My dear prince, do you intend to betray your father and abandon your heritage?
Fate means to send the machinations of war to every corner of the land, to fan the flames of conflict till they engulf the entire world.
And that's how the history slowly get, change.
Fate would see my sword tainted with the blood of innocence, that the bright banner of my homeland might fly in every nation known to mankind. But I shall not bow to the will of fate. I am no pawn in heaven's plan.
Bravo! Where did this guy come from? Is he one of the new hires?
Hey, shut up. Stop interrupting.
Yeah, shut up.
I, Kubad, will spend the rest of my days in a foreign land till I breathe my last in a place far from home.
Oh, at least he brought it back in the end.
Prince Kubad, my child, there is no need to be rash. Please bring at least your fortune and the retainers who will always be loyal to you.
Yeah, I know the forgetful thing will not be that bad. Or he will not forget, but he will change it for sure. But I didn't know it, it will be like this.
Gundafar, my dear mentor, you have always been like a father to me. It brings me only anguish to bid you farewell. But I must walk this path, or freedom dies by my hand. Goodbye, my tribe and kin. Farewell, sweet land of my birth.
Goodbye, my child.
The now seizable audience bursts into applause. Nice, you guys did a great job. What do you think?
Hey!
Can't tell if this counts as me slacking off during work. It's a gray area for sure.
You are keeping the...
Everyone hold hands!
It's too bad that Darbel's troop is always on the move. I wish they could stay here for longer.
Are we seeing a proposal there?
So must it be. Yes, so must it be.
The what now?
That Outlander sure is easy on the eyes.
Why do you always have the same heart? What is going on?
The show is pretty good. Are you guys professional?
We're professional at lying.
I wonder if I should go strike up a conversation with him.
He become popular. Interesting. What happened here?
Ooh, it's Prince Kubad. Could I please get your autograph?
I see.
Why, certainly, ma'am.
Ooh, thank you. I'll just go find a pen.
So, good show. I want an autograph too.
Just an autograph? Well, you can get one of those at any time.
That's a lie.
Acting is quite fun. If there ever came a day when I left the Knights of Favonius, I think I might go into acting full-time.
If.
Darbil, could you introduce me to this young man?
My apologies, Master Toos. I somehow missed you in the crowd earlier.
I was some distance away. I just came over near the end after I noticed a large crowd gathered around the stage. The performance was outstanding across the board. I knew that the poor turnout over the past few days was just bad luck. It was only ever a matter of time before you hit it big. The improvised section was particularly good. I think you could include some improvisation as a staple in future performances. As for the prop he threw, no need to get it back. It's fairly cheap anyway.
Thank you, sir. And a big thanks also to our wonderful prince. Had Kaeya not agreed to fill in, we might have disbanded right on the spot.
Did you just talk about a prop that Kaeya used? Are you saying that give Kaeya the... Which one? Oh, the sword. Never mind. I'm about to say the outfit. The outfit is his.
Kaeya, was it? Well, young man, I must say, you've made quite the impression on
No,
me.
I'm not Kaeya. Stop
My
looking at me.
caravan is always loaded with the finest food and wines. You're welcome to visit at any time.
Now that you mention wine.
Thank you for the invite, sir, but I'm afraid I've reached the end of my time at Sumeru. I'm sure that my friends and family in Mondstadt must be missing me terribly.
Well then, consider it an open invitation. Once you've been bitten by the travel bug, my friend, you'll be getting itchy feet again before too long.
Yep, sadly, Kaeya, yeah.
My door is always open. If you're ever interested, please ask Darbil to reach out to me. Darbil, we can continue discussions on the sponsorship once you've wrapped up today's show. I'm going back to the inn.
Thank you so much, Master Toos. I'll see you shortly.
Oh, new animation.
Seriously, Kaeya, thank you for bailing me out again. You're a good guy. May the gods bless you. You know, you should stay for a few more days. I owe you a meal at the very least.
Darbil, Asgar is back. He lost track of time playing Genius Invocation TCG.
Gosh
You've
darn
got to sort him out.
Not the TCG, alright. How dare Asgard do that? Gosh darn it, it's the TCG. Why did Genshin add that? See, people keep losing track of time now.
Genius Invocation again? Ah, that does it. That kid's not getting away with it this time. And please excuse me, Kaeya. I will be right back.
Sure, there's no rush.
Darn it. Really, that's the cause?
Okay, I think they're all gone. Let's slip away now while we can.
Run away, so yeah.
Alright, this should be far enough. Don't think they'll find me here.
Weren't you gonna sign some autograph? I forgot about that. Yeah.
People were starting to expect a lot of things that I didn't sign up for. Besides, the missing actor is back now. Darbil shouldn't be needing me to stand in again.
Yeah, I guess same with the free meal, huh?
I don't mind socializing, but compared to chatting over food and drink, I much prefer just going wild on the stage. What about you? Did you enjoy the show?
I actually like it. I was expecting that improv section. I thought your performance, yeah, it's the performance, super intriguing. Mostly I was curious to know what was going through your mind on stage at that time.
Oh? I was expecting a lengthier critique, but you've thrown the question right back at me. Sneaky. Alright, I'll rise to your challenge. Let me think. All the world's a stage, and all the people merely players. Does that answer your question?
Ooh, you guys are merely a player? Wait, what?
Perhaps there's an inept god out there deciding everyone's fates, much like the academia student drafting Darbil's scripts.
I feel like something's going on here.
Yeah, inept is a good word for it. Honestly, it might even be a little too civil to describe a god who turns fathers against their sons and is bent on endless warmongering, don't you think?
I don't know.
Anyway, that's exactly why actors need to wake up and realize they don't have to follow the script. There's nothing to stop them from following their gut and making it up as they go along.
Do you really believe that? Does this inept god really exist? I guess it does, huh? We're pursuing that.
Oh, my dear traveler, please don't take me too literally. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. The god is just a figure of speech. The real point I'm making is about the actors.
Yes, but you know, people that do something like game theory, they are gonna use this.
Everyone, you and I included, is both an actor and a member of the audience.
Am I?
If you don't like the script, just walk off the stage and join the audience. You always have a choice.
That sounds difficult.
A little too obtuse?
Yeah.
Well, don't dwell on it. It's nothing worth losing sleep over. I was just thinking aloud. Relax. Be yourself. Do your thing. That's all I'm really trying to say.
As always, guys, be yourself like me.
When I did my little bit of audience interaction back there, you had no time to prepare. You had to just say what you thought in the moment. I think those spontaneous thoughts are often the most authentic. And that's why I liked your answer. You're still holding on to the intaglio I threw you from the stage, right? Keep it. Think of it as a souvenir from my improvised performance. It's been the most fascinating day, hasn't it, little birdie?
In the end, we meet the birdie again. I love how we start this journey with the birdie. Now we end with birdie. The birdie is gone. With that, Meg marry. What? We just got married. Whatever. Prince Kubat is in Taglio. Whatever that is. Awesome. With that, then there is every single ending from the story quest. We finally reached the ending. Yeah, it's pretty long story. Not gonna lie for this one. Seems like the more story to come, the more hangout there is, the longer it become. I don't mind. It's actually not that bad for me. Don't know about other people though. But yeah, there goes of the ending. Bro, what is this picture? What is this picture? Oh, that actually look cool. But that being said, as always, have a nice day, have a nice night. There you go. That is the end of the hangout, and I'll see all of you on next video. Again, I'm gonna probably put the timestamps on the, description down below. The bottomest one, and yeah. Have a nice day or a nice night. Subscribe, hit the like button, stream every day. We'll meet you next time. Goodbye.